That is working. There we go. Man, I
We're back
love
up.
YouTube streaming.
Okay.
I honestly feel like I'm doing something really wrong. I feel like I'm like a 90-year-old parent trying to figure out how to use a printer.
Wait, put your mouse on, like, move your mouse around a little bit. Like, put it in different places. I want to see if there's a delay.
Alright, it's like right now it's on the R for Radiant.
It's like 2 seconds. That's fine.
Okay, great. Glad to hear. So, as I was saying before I messed up and didn't put it properly. So, we're going to go over Strepsikola. He's one of the coaches from EU. I'm assuming all the EU people are in bed because it's like super late for them. But he did ask for us to go through this for him. So
And we are planning to hopefully post this when it's done, so that
yeah,
people can watch it later and don't have to be here if they're
yeah.
this late.
So it actually does post automatically
Oh,
for people to look back on. Yeah, any streams get posted automatically, which is super cool. I didn't know that. So Shrepsy said he's playing Lich. General thoughts were that he thought this should have been a very easy game, but his Juggernaut said no. I definitely agree. His Juggernaut's build is super questionable. The issues with his Juggernaut's build this game is that he has no way of man-fighting a Phantom Assassin with this build. He's bought a build-up item in Yasha. Maelstrom, is kind of a farming item, but not fully. A Basher, even though he shouldn't be ever hitting Phantom Assassin because of the 50% evasion, and a Blink Dagger to deal with Zeus. Problem is, Zeus is a Ghost Scepter. So Jug cannot reliably kill the Zeus on his own, on top of the fact that he has to play it super carefully around Berserker's Call, Mars Spear, and Earthshaker. It's a very hard game for Axe. We're not going to talk about Axe, we're going to talk about Lich. So we'll get into it.
Jug build. Oh, 43 to 42 in 39 minutes. Nice. Brawl Dota.
Should be exciting to see. So I
The
play
delay is less for everybody, right? You guys can tell. Hopefully. Okay, we'll go with that.
I'm going to check quickly when this game took place. Was it before or after the patch? It was yesterday. Okay, so it was before the patch.
Yeah.
So I would have recommended buying a headdress. Although this mango spamming is super good on Lich, I still think I would have bought a headdress and kept ferrying out mangoes in this last patch. In this patch, you can probably get away with doing this. So I'll comment on it as if it was this patch. I think this is
I'd
fine.
agree with that.
Just
Starting
because,
with a couple mangoes is fine, but you don't want to only have 30 gold, and then after, like, it's gonna take you a while to be able to get that gold for the headdress.
But you guys do have a ton of kill combo with the amount of slow that Lich outputs on top of the Mars. Yeah,
As we're gonna see for first blood.
nice. Yeah. I'd just be very careful about how deep you dive. That's really good to recognize the rune's still there. And a TP, that's good. Probably could have walked back to lane just because they don't really pressure Jug right away, but it's probably fine for you to TP if you really want to ensure it's early game. So first thing I would notice, as soon as you queued that Mars there, Earthshaker gets at denying the range creep. It is super, super important for you to ensure that you, yeah, exactly. It is super important for you to save your spells if you're the ranged hero and your carry has no way of securing a range creep to get the range creep. Although it did almost end up turning into a kill, that wasn't because we did something right, it's because Mars did something wrong. We can't rely on them screwing up, we need to play better than them, not them worse than us, if you know what I mean. So, because we give up a range creep deny, we're going to have a more difficult time getting to level 2. We may see turning into a problem here depending on how this fight goes.
Yeah, well, it's going well so far, it seems like.
Yeah, doing okay. I just wouldn't want my safe laner chasing this hard for a kill.
Well, that's his own fault, though.
Yeah, that's the Jug's fault.
Yeah, that's bad by Jug. Alright, yeah, gotta pull now.
What to say? So we see that we've lost lane control. We're pushing into their tier 1. Right now, you're doing pretty much nothing, to put it bluntly. For okay, yeah, Jug's not very good. Alright, you may be right about your Juggernaut, but that's alright. But
Tanks
the way we
tower.
can look at it is there isn't much reason for you to have been there in the first place. As soon as you recognize that the lane is pushed that far, go pull. There's two pretty easy ways to pull. You can pull the hard camp up through the tree line right above you, or you can pull a small camp. So just whenever the lane pushes out super far, like generally speaking, if it passes this tree line, I'm looking to pull. Because anything past that makes it easy for Earthshaker to kill me, makes it easy to spear Juggernaut backwards in the tower. I know it's unlikely, but let's say the Zeus walks top, you could get like 3 bolts off, depending on if they change them properly. Where that's a lot of bolts being thrown compared to if you're back here, it's 1 or 2 bolts.
Yeah, even here it's still full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely like
Jug running after people.
yeah, so again, we lost lane control. Like the easiest way to tell when a lane is pushing, but look at the number of creeps. You have 7 melee or 5 melee creeps, 7 or 2 range creeps, so 7 total compared to their 3. 7 obviously being bigger than 3, 100% gonna push. It's very smart that you go pull. There's an AA walking top.
Interesting.
When you pull, yeah, just saying if you wanted to get all 4 of the creeps there, when you pull, let the neutral creeps attack you. It expands the aggro radius of your lane creeps. That way, the creeps are more likely to draw to the neutrals. Just a tip, if you ever want to pull all the creeps, or just ensure you get them all, or get some of them, I mean. It's pretty early to be going for the bounty room. You're pretty much missing a full wave to secure 1 bounty, which is fine because AA is there, but AA wasn't really close enough to prevent anything from happening. Yes, it's a kill on Earthshaker. As soon as you kill Earthshaker, get the couriers. Get it. Alright, no, walk the other one. Get the other one. No. Unlucky, but that happens. There's a kill on Mars too. You're a psycho, dude. You're crazy.
The Mars, yeah, dude, this dude is okay.
Yeah, so again, I'd just instantly be going for the pull. If I could, I'd stack it here, but not the fastest character in the game, so it's fine not to. And yeah, lane's gonna push in a second anyways, because we have the cart waves. Oh no, they still have a cart wave. Alright, so it's static for here. An Axe randomly showing up
the
top.
Axe ganking top, interesting. Yeah, good tango.
That was a pretty high value stick as well. Nice. Do you live?
And he dies. Yeah, I think you're dead. The Earthshaker. Okay.
A bunch of heroes is randomly coming top. I think it's fine for you to have died there. So as soon as I TP in, I immediately go for a pull.
Yeah, you basically, if you keep this lane pulled close to your tower, you just again with how they're playing.
You...
I mean, this is fine by your Jug to take the hard camp.
Yeah,
Shove
so
it and take the
I
hard camp.
just want to go back and point out something, because... Alright, you've been dead for like 15 seconds, you spawn at 7:02. You're going to spend the next minute, probably a little bit more, not doing anything. So it's been about 50 seconds and you still have yet to get any experience. So when you're dead, you want to utilize that time to figure out what you want to do. Like, yeah, you spent literally a full minute. That's 8:04 is when you got your first experience in a minute. So 7:02 to 8:04. That's a minute of you not having any lane presence until the final seconds of it, and not getting experience, which really hurts your game, especially when you're doing as well as you were at the start. If you TP'd up top, you could have pulled, got a little bit more XP, pulled the lane back into a better spot. Maybe Mars wouldn't be 6 here if we pulled more, and then you wouldn't have died there. Just a series of events where not pulling hurts you. Although I totally understand as a support player when to use TPs, you need to use TP. Yeah, see, you're TPing down here. This is totally fine. You have Ravage. Phantom Assassin is alone. We can totally kill this guy. Although you're spotted under a ward, that happens. Not much you can do.
Yeah, still good do ward
But
though.
yeah, it was definitely good to check for that because they've left PA alone. If they leave PA alone, they've probably given him some sort of vision.
Yeah, the Tide Hunter is doing his job cutting the wave. So yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty
This
clean.
is good.
I honestly don't think you need to be here though.
Yeah, but so you can get the outpost and the bounties, and you can look to make a move elsewhere.
Yeah, this is good though.
I run at Phantom Assassin right now. Yeah. But now the issue I have with this play is we've left Jug alone top. Although we're probably gonna kill PA, the Jug is hitting a small camp right now because he doesn't have a single hero with him. We might not even kill this guy if he. Huh? Oh, he will. Okay.
Yeah, does this PA die? Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks dead.
This move was pretty telegraphed just due to no heroes being top lane and you showing bottom lane earlier, not showing it elsewhere in the map. So it could have gone poorly, but it did work out, which is good. But again, it's a matter of having no heroes top with Jug. Although we've killed Jug, or PA, I mean, the PA is still top of the net worth chart while Jug is bottom. And yeah, it's good to kill a top net worth hero. Still, we want to make it so when we kill PA, Jug is in a good enough spot to overpass or even close the gap onto Phantom Assassin, not get ran at by a Mars.
I think it's okay for Jug to be jungling now. That was an abysmal Omni, okay. It's okay for Jug to be jungling. It's like good of him to leave the lane if it's hard. But yeah, you definitely could have given him a little bit more support so he wasn't hitting jungle creeps so early.
Yeah.
Like if you, and like I know we've been harping on it already, if you just chain pulled that lane for 10 minutes, like just pull, it sits under tower and they just feed because of how they were playing.
This is a massive commitment to stack. 40 seconds to stack a single medium camp. So right now the biggest problem I have is just efficiency. You're committing a large amount of time to do inoptimal moves. As I said, you could spend a minute to walk back to lane instead of teleporting. Like as I said, I understand as a support player with the whole don't waste TPs. There's not a waste of TP to get level 6 or to go pull. Because you TPing top up there, you would have denied some experience, you would have got more experience, and maybe you wouldn't have died. You spent 40 seconds there to sack a single medium camp. That's like an extra, like, what, 200 gold at most for your team, including the bounty you'd be getting.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then there was when you're getting the top bounty at the 5-minute mark, you spent like 30 seconds plus to secure a bounty room. Which yeah, it's totally fine to secure a bounty room if my Juggernaut's not being ran at, but he was, and he almost died, which was super not good.
Yeah, this dude is just, yeah. I mean, he can't be top anymore just because of the pressure they're putting on him.
Yeah.
But which is good on them. But yeah, I mean, you just kind of got to be aware and fight around it. Because if they're gonna sit 3 top, I mean, you can shove bots or relieve pressure. That's really the Tidehunter's job. So yeah, you just want to be helping out the Jug. The stacking's good though. Like it is gonna help the Jug because he can take stacks pretty early.
Yeah, like the thing is totally like every play you're making has been a smart play. The issue is just the amount of time you're committing to make that play. Oh, Jug got caught by the Zeus, so that's awkward. But you don't get greedy against Zeus. Staying neutral at like 100 health. So right now, I would also recommend buying boots. Your hero is super slow. Like, oh.
Or put the windlace in it. Yeah, like you gotta put the windlace in so you can actually like, move a little. Interesting decision.
Yeah, this TP back to base doesn't do a whole lot. You're not grabbing any items. You're not like you didn't create pressure on the map. You ulted a creeper. That's pretty safe in terms of where it was. Like you could have done it with a frost shield Q, and even if you die, you die. Like it's not that big of an issue. And now you don't have TP to get to bottom. You don't have chain for us to get to bottom because we use it top.
So that is a nice AA and ult into Ravage, but no follow up outside
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, because nobody's there, and that's partially because you TP back to base.
Yeah. You dead? Oh. Oh, maybe not. Oh, that with the Philosopher Stone killed you? I think it might have been. I don't know. I don't think so actually.
Yeah, that's why that item is bad, in my opinion. Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. Fine in some cases, but again, it's like if you're going to be doing this very independent movement type thing where you're walking a lot and like saving your TP so you can go play elsewhere, you need to have boots, or at least at the very least a windlace in your inventory.
Yeah, like why do you buy the windlace if it's not in your inventory? Think of it like that.
Yeah, and it's also like, why have the cloak in your inventory if you're not fighting anybody just yet? Like, yeah, you have the hood now, but when you're walking between neutral camps or like walking between lanes, that cloak's not going to help you.
Yeah, you guys are getting just run over by this Mars right now.
Yeah.
Like the Mars Zeus combo. It's not really a combo, but they just have a lot of early team fight. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, they're very good at protecting their backline with their heroes, which is important to recognize. Like right now, your team shouldn't be looking to fight. Although we have Ravage, the only way I look for a fight or call for a fight is if our team is forced enough lane pressure to force reaction elsewhere. So if you look at mid and look at top, it's all on your half of the river. So if it's all on your half of the river, they have complete control of not only their half, but pretty much a lot of your half of the map. Because you can't see them unless there's a ward, and they are always watching you. Because you're always under their creep wave, you're always under their wards, stuff like that.
Well, this fight is good because you caught them out. Yeah. Good. That was good.
Now, like, yeah, Jug should.
What does Jug have right now? He's dying
Maelstrom.
like over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
So for now as a 5, you're probably thinking, like, my team's getting crushed in fights, I don't know what to do. Your best bet is not even show up to these fights. 5 boots of speed and go suicide push a lane. Although their team is... Oh, this guy's dead. Well, that was alright. Probably gonna die for it from the creeps, but it's totally fine. Yeah.
I mean... Honestly, it's slightly surprising you guys have 23 kills. Like, they should just be there should be 23 to 10. They should be just running you guys over.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but you have no lane shoved out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, as I was saying
really hard to play.
Before, when you're this far behind as a support, one of you has to get lanes out. The problem with AA, in my opinion, which is why I dropped him as a support in my games. Did you just not notice you bought boots, actually? I think that's it. Because you have Forstaff queued up. You totally think you have boots, don't you? Oh yeah, he 100% does. Okay, that's actually totally understandable. I mean, probably should realize how slow you are, but you totally don't realize you have boots. Okay.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Also, the pipe is fine, but your Tide should probably be building it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's going. But...
Going Guardian Greaves. I was going to make a comment on that before, but it is understandable. But yeah, the problem with your support combo is neither of you guys offer any sort of wave clear or super good disable. Like, it's not... I'll wait till his fight's done.
Alright, well, he's dead. He has Aegis. What is this freaking Tide doing?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much, if you... Like, I don't know what the pick order was, but if you're the only support with proper wave clear, because AA has none, the only way AA can clear waves is with his ultimate, you have to be the one making up for that by, like, going to lanes and using Frost Shield and right-clicking creeps. Because even if you die in the process, you've not only pushed a wave in, bought your team 3 minutes or whatever for them to TP under a spawn, push it out, and regroup, you also forced a hero there, which gives your team vision. Like, if Axe and PA come in and kill you top lane, bottom lane's just opened up, because Axe and PA can't be back bottom, because they probably TP'd or walked top. It's just a game of, like, cat and mouse at this point, where you have to be making the space. It's like you and Weaver really should be the ones doing it. Just because no one else in your team can reliably do it. Jug normally is a hero who can offer split push, but he can't do it into BKB piercing stuns or instant cast stuns. Like Echo Slam, Fissure from the Fog, stuff like that, Jug struggles against. For split pushing, I mean.
Yeah, Jug just is not mobile enough.
Or apparently smart enough in this game. I like the double sentry word.
Yep, always good.
Yep. It happens.
Yeah, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, so for now, again, it's a matter of, like, if you look at where all the waves are on... Oh, I can't even join the mini-map in this. They're all on your half of the map, which it's super difficult to make any plays unless they overestimate themselves like they just did there, and they take a fight with a 3v5 and they all die. And that, you never want to win by them being worse. You want you to be better. Which obviously everyone's going to make mistakes is Dota. Like there's super different ways of playing the game, and it's super hard to tell what the perfect way to play is. But it's still, we want to be seeing if we can make aggressive moves on the map. We don't want to be always counter-initiating with Ravage, Chain Frost. We want to be jumping the Zeus, blowing him up, and then rolling the fight from there.
Yeah, in order to win fights here, you basically, the Zeus is their damage. I mean, obviously they have a PA, but the Zeus is going to output a billion damage in the backline.
Yeah.
He's also all their invis reveal, so your Glimmer Cape and your Weaver are at the mercy of the Zeus. He doesn't die.
This high ground push is going to go really bad, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be the classic, we're going to push high ground, all die, and they're going to put down there.
Let's see, they all die.
Well, only 2 you die.
They're chasing the healing ward. Yeah, so after the tier 2 tower falls, the only way I go for that play is if we have an Aegis and if our other lanes are pushed out. The problem with going for that play is look at how much AoE disable they have. Not only that, how many ultimates did we use on Zeus? We used Ravage, we used AA Blast, and we used Omni Slash. That's 3 massive ultimates for our team. What happens if he bought back there? Like, if we wanted to commit to the high ground push, he buys back, they have 5 heroes alive, all their AoE stuns, and then what's their counterplay? Can't Ravage, can't Omni Slash to buy yourself time, and you have no AA Blast. So committing that hard onto a single hero, especially in their half of the map when he can always buy it back, is super game losing.
Yeah, like there, if you had just shoved waves out, like this wave would not be in top right now.
Yeah.
If you take that tier 2 back up and shove waves, like this PA isn't. Now he dies because he's dumb, and I'm assuming this Mars also dies. Oh, actually the rest of their team got there. No, they're still probably dead. Yeah. But, yeah, you see what we're talking about.
Yeah, so just a lot of the issues is, again, if we won that fight on their half of the map, look at all the objectives we could take. We probably would have been closer to Roshan, because right now we're at tier 3s instead of their top tier 1. We could have been closer to a tier 1, could have been closer to tier 1 bottom, tier 2. Like, again, we're walking down mid, and we're gonna die. Just because although we have our ultimates back up, they're spawning really soon, and we don't have any building hitters. Not only that, you're not there. Oh, you did buy our campers. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, you probably should have had the Greaves, and Tide should have had the pipe.
Yeah.
Is this Weaver dead? No.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Okay. I mean, this is honestly good by you to just push this wave out. If your team's doing something dumb, just push waves, do something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't commit my ultimate for it because I know Tidehunter's dead with no buyback. Not sure if just to be sure for anybody in chat. You can tell if they have buyback. Oh, fuck you. You can tell if they have buyback, but there's a golden border around their respawn timer. So as you can see, Weaver has a golden border while Tidehunter doesn't. I know that Tidehunter doesn't have buyback and Weaver does, which Weaver buys back and Tide doesn't. So now that we have no Chain Frost for 30 and no Ravage for 15, it's very difficult to take a fight if they were to harder commit. But somehow Jug gets in on them.
Yeah, Jug's pretty... He's ballsy.
Alright, so this is where a very one-minded team will be going for high ground. Yeah, I think we go Roshan. I think Roshan is a safer play. Because again, we don't know about buyback status. Yeah, tier 3 is super low, and this is probably going to lead into a Rax. What happens if they were to buy back? Like, yeah, they could buy back to get us a massive win condition. But I think, is this still super risky? Like, they can give up 1 Rax right now, not only still win the game, which they do, but also still take a fight, because they still have all their ultimates. Like, we'll see how it goes. Okay. It did end up being the right play. But I still would have been super scared. I think I would have gotten Roshan to get more map control. That just might be me being too scared and respecting them too much.
I think Roche is almost always a good play to make.
Yeah. Because yeah, right now if we have Aegis, they don't go for this fight. At least if they do, we win it really hard. We're gonna get like 4-man called here, aren't we? Oh, only 2. Your AA is pushing out bottom for a reason.
Yeah, not really the best hero to do that, but it works if no one else is doing it. Probably should still throw his ult.
Yeah, probably. I would be super scared about doing this. You don't have TP. So I would not be chasing that courier either. They come back for you, you die. You can't really do a whole lot to defend high ground, but you can throw frost shields on it to buy your team time. This is also going to be another issue I have with the item build. I don't think going halberd is the play. His PA has BKB, right? Yeah. She's going to BKB preemptively if she's jumping you. If you want to deal with Phantom Assassin, you need to be Ghost Sceptered.
Yeah, because if you Ghost Scepter, you just completely waste your time. Then she's standing there while she can't hit you.
Yeah, because that means she blinked in aggressively.
Yeah, while the rest of your team is either killing everyone else or turning to...
Yeah. Like, when you think about it, if she BKB'd, or if she jumped you before BKBing, you just Sinister Gaze her. And then what's her play? Like, she's stunned, standing still while your entire team is wax her. That death does not plug the team, which is super risky. Yeah, I think this is where we chain feed without buyback and lose a game.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, and I think we lose here. Yep, everyone's dying without buyback. Let's beat through this. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing to work on is try being more efficient. Easiest way to do that is talk to yourself, like, why am I walking here? Well, it's because I want to be able to TP in later. But TP into what? Like, what are you scared of that you need to be the one responding to? And are you a high enough level to counter gank? Probably not. Frost Shield helps, but isn't this like no, you cannot gank. Yeah, it's not like an Astral Imprisonment, a False Promise, Shallow Grave, something like that just completely turns the tide. It's like get physical damage reduction. Like they could Zeus ult, they could use Bolt, Spear, anything like that. A lot of things they could do. Yeah, I just think going into next game, just work on being quicker and more accurate with what your movements should be.
Yeah,
because
100%.
There were some things that could have been done a lot better, but that's why you watch, right? Or are here.
Yeah, in theory, what we say is helpful. 61:56 in 50 minutes. Jeez, this is like real Brawl Dota.
Oh,
we're getting today.
Yeah, this is from.
Who is this?
Death Noise. It's from Adeline HDJ Death Noise, the Crystal Maiden. I honestly thought it said download replay, so I clicked watch replay. My bad. But I will pull up the scorecard in a second just to see what happened. So they end up losing this game. CM went kind of standard items. If you are itemizing around your ultimate, it's pretty good to getting a BKB. I like it anyways here because they have so much magic damage. You kind of just die if you don't have a BKB on any of these heroes, which everybody but Legion and Pugna seem to get that memo. Okay.
Well, Legion at least has a pipe.
Yeah, Legion has a pipe and an Aghanim, which I guess can be a pseudo BKB, but I don't know about that. They had a hard carry Bounty Hunter.
Oh, well, there you go. GG. Game's over.
And was this pre-patch or post-patch? Pre-patch. So, since this is pre-patch, I'll still talk about it as if this is the current patch with all the new items and stuff like that, because we're not playing in that old patch anymore. You still should be having a headdress. Like, there's no combination of heroes that they could logically put against your Tiny that they can ever pressure you if you give them a headdress. Like, Vengeful Spirit doesn't pressure a lane on her own. She does decent right-click damage, but not enough to offer any kill threat. Like, yeah, Wave of Terror is like cool. And then Nyx Assassin is stun. If you walk back to lane right now, your time will be like full health if he eats a tango and has headdress. But because we bought this crazy amount of regen, like high commitment regen, like Tango Salve, compared to headdress, which is very low commitment because it's more gradual, you would be in a lot better place. Like, this clarity is just gonna get cancelled instantly. It's gonna wave a terror through you as soon as they see you.
In theory, at least. What bracket is this?
I don't think it is ranked. Potentially. Okay. It was about Guardian from the seems of everybody's rank, but it's a pub match.
Okay.
So instantly, like after blowing that much mana on my rune fight, I instantly call in a bunch of clarities and mangoes. I think I would have bought 2 mangoes because mangoes are more active, and I recognize that one wave of terror can just cancel my clarity, which is why you need mango compared to clarity because you'll get more value out of it. Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Wondering why
you
you're
ship
sitting
out
still.
all your gold's worth of mangoes.
You know what the pull? Right. Well, you do. That's high tier stuff. I even use that pull.
Yeah, that's a really good pull. Yeah. You know what to do. Even if you only get the range creep, that's one range creep they don't get.
Yeah. Nice.
Do it again.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yep, that was perfect.
When you pull this camp, you need to be auto-attacking the neutral camp. Because the biggest concern you should be having right now is if they come over and contest you, they're not only getting a full wave of experience, they're also getting that neutral camp experience. So I just want to kill that neutral camp as quickly as I can.
This is perfect outside of that stacking the small camp, so you can deny a full wave.
Yeah.
This is clean.
Just be mindful with your Q, because again, with the same principle with Lich, is your job to ensure that range creeps aren't denied with your Crystal Nova, and putting it into deny range with your Crystal Nova just means that they are getting a free deny if they're good. Yeah. Yeah, you're doing pretty well right here. I just keep pulling for my tiny.
Yep, 100%. You see, yeah, I still probably would have pulled there. This dude, does he have any regen, the tiny?
Should. Got tangos. Yeah, so this is, I think, coming back, like, although it's very hard to heal up 1000 health, still an issue with not going the headdress build, just because it's super hard for you to help your carry. Like, you can throw out spells, yeah, like, you guys could probably kill the Vengeful Spirit here if you chucked a tree. Man, your entire stack is having problems here.
Yeah, Jesus.
How do I get the bounty rune?
Okay. I mean, yes, you need to pull it. You should have pulled before that lane got all the way up there, but probably your tiny should have more regen. Pull the cart wave. That's fine. You guys aren't gonna pressure a tower with these two. Okay, this tiny's just playing like a moron. I mean, you're pulling, like, he should recognize.
Yeah. That is one thing that very much upsets me when I support. If my carry comes and farms the pull and kills the entire thing, I'm kind of sitting there like, why did I pull in the first place? Like, they're getting gold and XP, but you're just going to push the wave back. In some cases, it's fine. Most, I don't think so. Oh, I kind of just tossed you at him.
Interesting.
Should have died to... Oh, he didn't have mana. That makes sense. So for right now, I just want to keep spam pulling. You're tiny. Are you going back to base?
Okay, the mana regen shipping out is fantastic, though.
Yeah, that was a very weird TP. You TP'd from, like, tier 2 top to mid. Was there, like, a fight happening that I missed? Because guy was fine.
This is interesting. Because this lane is pulled, and your tiny's just going to continuously die.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's a mid bounty. Okay,
yeah,
it's mid bounty hunter signaling tiny. Oh, yeah, okay, I made that connection earlier.
Yeah, so the problem I have right now with this is, although we have a decent amount of kill threat onto Shadow Fiend, chances are you're under a ward. Like, just because mid laners typically, especially ones that have wave clear, they almost always have a rune ward. And normally the way they place their ward is whatever side lane is more likely to come kill them, they will place a ward. In this case, it's a Crystal Maiden because Pugna Legion Commander are never going to gank from bottom to mid without being spotted, just due to just how the lane's played out. But from top lane, like, yeah, they're spotted by this guy. This is a big dive. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, it does.
Shadow Fiend completely whiffed a couple raises.
Yeah.
This guy, good stuff. Did you just salve him?
Yep.
Did he salve himself or did CM salve him?
I'm pretty sure CM salved him.
Okay, yeah,
Pretty
that was
confident.
also good.
Yeah.
The volume of the stream is kind of low. Can you turn it up somehow?
Sure. I'll turn
So
us both up a little bit. I hope this is okay.
Sorry.
So, the issue I have right now and with that gank was, although you did end up getting a kill on Shadow Fiend, which is super nice, Shadow Fiend still just going to do Shadow Fiend things. No matter how hard the hero loses his lane, he will always be top in the last hit charts, just because the hero farms super fast, especially against a melee hero with no stun. So there's no way for Shadow Fiend to be pressured by a bounty hunter. And now your Tiny is 4th in the last hit chart. He's on par with your Legion Commander, which is super concerning because he's your safe laner. It's your job primarily to win this guy's lane before you do anything else.
I mean, and obviously that's true. I mean, you are at the will of your character. Your job is to enable your, but it comes to a point where, like, and yes, you could have had impact in this lane because they're very, very capable, especially if the Venge is up here alone. But at one point, your Tiny should jungle, and he is capable of jungling at least a little bit. So I mean, this is bad because he's missing a wave. He should be able to.
Yeah.
But yeah, you as a 5, you really just want to stay top. Like, even if you're pulling at 10 minutes, still it's a good thing because you're giving your Tiny a game. Oof. Yeah, well, I should put sentries down too. Bounty, alright, this guy should be dead.
Yeah, so, like, just to reiterate on what Scars was saying, you've been doing well with supporting your lane. Like, I would be pretty happy with my overall contribution, but as we said, your primary job is to make sure your Tiny is okay until Tiny is no longer in need of your assistance. Because Tiny can jungle and he's similar to Shadow Fiend in that he just walks up to a lane, Ava tosses it, hits with the tree, and he kills it. And then he can go jungle. And he just recovers his game that way. But because your Tiny player isn't familiar with Tiny, isn't a safe lane, maybe just isn't familiar, isn't. Well, that's a big commitment. 2 sentry wards for, like, look at the overlap on these 2 sentries. That is 150 gold to cover, like, this area. Why not just have, like, 1 sentry ward in the middle? And on top of that, it's like, if you had that sentry ward right there, it ensures my Tiny doesn't get ganked. Because he will see the Nyx Assassin walking up from this high ground. Or, like, over from here.
Speaking of the Nyx Assassin?
Yeah, then speaking of Nyx Assassin, I'm assuming he vendetted up to you, but you had a wave and a sentry ward there.
Yeah, that's just looking at the map.
Yeah. But at this point, I don't think I want to go back top. I think my Tiny, you've given him essentially 225 gold worth of detection and an observe reward. I don't see how he should be getting caught. Anytime he gets caught, in my opinion, is on him. It has to, like, it realistically should be Shadow Fiend coming in with the Yule Scepter. And I'm going to look at the fight bottom, because I'm curious at what CM would have changed if you TP bottom. Like,
no.
So these guys are in your stack. It's everyone but Legion Commander. I'm pretty sure.
Let me guess, Luna ult kills everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think you could have turned that if you were there. Because you have Freezing Field leveled. And as soon as they waste Lucent Beam, you either force Shadow Shaman to break his shackle to Hex, or they tank the Freezing Field. Yeah, that just shows when you're not needed in the lane, you want to be moving elsewhere. That's a questionable method work.
Yeah, I don't really know what that, and at least Decrepit if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, if you're carry, although the issue is, like, again, people in the lower MMRs, when they play safe lane, they always want to feel safe, and they always want that extra person with them. They don't like 1v2ing, even if it's more favorable for them in the long run and short run. They like that protection of having that extra body, extra stun. But you need to do what's best for your entire team. And because you've been more or less AFK top lane, you're sapping XP from the Tiny. Oh.
Yeah,
Interesting play by Radiant. Yeah, so I think at this point he's going to play away from the Tiny. Let Tiny do his thing. Like, he's catching back up in the farm. He went from 5th, I think, to 2nd in the span of a few minutes, because that's how fast Tiny farms. That hero just kills everything. Really good at farming. The problem is just the hero has scaling issues. That's why I don't see him core often. This is when Tiny should be super strong to the point where you don't need to babysit.
Yeah, in theory. Again,
in theory, yeah.
Doing what he's supposed to be. Now he is. He's jungling.
Exactly, and yeah, we're playing with their team. And we do offer kill threat. Like, if they waste any of their stuns, we do have a chance at killing things. But it's just a matter of are we playing with their team properly. Like, you're level 10, assuming you have your Tranquil Boots coming in. I can't see Courier watching from your perspective. Can't see it at all. Huh. I don't remember what my Courier hotkey is. Yeah, I got Tranquil Boots. The boots are a bit late. That's whenever you're underfarmed as a support, like you're probably bottom net worth, yeah. 1800 net worth is super low. Although you're on the losing end of the scale, it pretty much just means that you're not pulling enough whenever you're this underfarmed. Because you get a bunch of gold from killing wards and killing nukes.
Yeah, like literally your farm as a position 5 is pull camps. Alright, you just got Nyx Assassin. But
yeah.
That's fun. Does this dude already have to wait? Did he Dagon?
Yep.
Yeah, dope. He has a Dagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's scary. You definitely need a Glimmer.
Yeah. So for now, again, we just want to be playing away from Tiny. We have a Pugna, and we have a Bounty Hunter. So those are two heroes that are super good at fighting early and often. So if we can... Like right now, if we're playing top, we justify all 5 of their heroes, or 4 of them because they have a Luna who wants to be hitting creeps. We justify them keeping 4 heroes top lane to fight us. Although we're getting a Nyx Assassin kill, if we went bottom lane or Tiny went bottom and we played top, we can more effectively split the map so Tiny can farm and we can get kills.
Yeah, I mean, LC farming bot is not bad, but LC wants to be dueling people.
Yeah. Well, Tiny was killed.
Shaman goes insane and just dies.
Kiwi's not taking prisoners, it seems. Not a whole lot you could do about that death. I honestly didn't think a Nyx Assassin would be walking high ground like that, but he did.
Yeah.
This Luna should be dying here. Don't we have duel? Am I dumb? Yeah, we do have duel. Okay. He saw that he got tracked. I don't know why he didn't think Bounty Hunter was right beside him.
Yeah, I also don't know why it took like at least 5 extra seconds to duel there.
Yeah. We can kill this guy if you... Am I wrong that Frostbite cancels channels? I don't play much CM. Yeah, I thought so. Because wouldn't it have been as soon as...
You can channel within it.
I'm pretty sure that's I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty sure you can channel within it, but it stops channels in the first place. I think I'll test that after, but I'm pretty sure it cancels channels. So as he's charging up the Requiem, if you hit him with the Frostbite, it may have stopped the Requiem. Is he gonna kill himself? I was kind of pumped for that.
Classic. Shadow Shaman.
This is a big
in front of the tower.
Yeah. When you're defending a tower, you never sit in front of it. You sit behind it. That's a tip. Or in the trees. Yeah, you don't anywhere that's not in front of it is your play. So for now, walking to the river. Yeah, this is dicey. This is super
up
super.
A high there's no vision on. Even if you're trying to ward, you know their team's there. So your whole team just showed mid.
Yeah. The only way you could take this fight is if you have that tier 1 tower mid. Because right now, this whole area, like their entire bottom jungle, is their jungle. You guys haven't even done anything to capture it. You have 1 tower, but they still have the most important tower for defending that camp. If you want to go walk high ground blindly up there, you need this tower, because that will dissuade them from playing in this area. But because they have it, they could afford to have Luna farming here, Shadow Fiend farming here, maybe a hero farming here. And this is also a very common ward spot. Cheat? Tiny's cheating, guys. Okay.
They end up winning this. You guys were down 10k at some point. I just read what he said.
Yeah.
It's surprising considering your team does not scale at all, besides the Legion Commander. Kind of.
And Bounty Hunter, dog.
It's true, that. Red Bounty Hunter right click kill. Like, what are they? What are these fights that their team is taking?
Yeah.
Luna gets revenge.
At this point, they just have no armor and can't handle the bounty. And I also guess the Frostbite doesn't cancel channels because it would have canceled Shackle there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to test that with Requiem because I actually don't know exactly how it works. Because I don't play CM anymore. That here's kind of awful, in my opinion at least. This is super risky of a bounty to go for. He's gonna die to Death Requiem. Yep. Don't get greedy. More of that story. Wait, Bounty Hunter has... Tiny has Wraithband in his sticky. Never seen that item there. As you're about to die, instead of spam buying TPs, he spam buys Wraithbands. Like 70 minutes in, about to die, like shit, need more Wraithbands! Just spam buying them.
The melee hero, the strength hero with Wraithbands.
Yeah, he has 0 agility in. That's why you gotta go with the 9 Wraithbands, and you swap them out. Whenever one of them gets a little too old, just swap it in and out of your inventory. Keep them happy.
Boy.
Yeah, so right now, TPing top, I think this is fine just because, again, we're alleviating pressure on the bottom half of the map. But their team probably is going to be moving towards top. I feel like that's where they should be. They should be trying to get control of your top jungle because they want to go for Roshan soon. Like, Nyx Assassin is off map. As soon as you show for this tier 1, oh yeah.
Did he just miss both those raises?
I have no idea. Yeah, so...
They showed 2 to kill you, so bot is free.
Yeah, this death is totally worth it, but 2 things. I would never have stepped up for this tower, because if they're going to respond, you just give them incentive to respond. But also, as we mentioned before, Nyx Assassin has his Dagon, and typically Nyx Assassins who go Dagon always look for the intelligent supports, and they always max their Dagon. If you had Glimmer Cape here, would a Shadow Fiend have Dust? Okay, you would have died, but you would have forced out a Dust, at least. But yeah, I don't think going Blink Dagger first item, when you're going to be getting jumped every single fight by the Nyx, is the play. If you go Glimmer Cape, you have some sort of, not only counterplay to him, if you can Glimmer preemptively, but you also have the magic resistance. And you have the chance of saving your Pugna, your Tiny, your Legion, all that.
Yeah, Glimmer BKB, and you just have to fight around your ult.
Yeah. So for now, my team's fighting without me. I tell my team to go for Roshan here. I just go walk, push out bottom. This TP is not needed. You saved yourself like 5 seconds. Like you got a little extra last hits and experience. But now, like let's say you need to TP top for whatever reason, or in 30 seconds from now you need to TP back bottom because Shadow Fiend respawned and Boots have traveled bottom, and you're the only person that could have dealt with him. Like, if the TP is not needed, don't do it. Like, yeah, you got a little bit of extra last hits experience. It's just not worth the risk.
Yeah, not at all. Your team should probably just back out. Well, I guess if they're gonna kill everyone, they don't have to.
Yeah, so I think you must have stayed way till on the bottom, which is why I think you guys should have gone to Roshan. Now we're TP.
I mean, how many times are we gonna see this? It's the classic. Let's push mid and high ground. Oh wait, we all died. Like,
yeah. Look at the respawn timers.
Run up mid.
Yeah. If you're not at their tier 2, by like the time they have 30 to 40 seconds on the respawn timer, don't go. It takes so long to break high ground. Especially when, like, yeah, you have Desolator and you have Tiny who both chunk towers. Yeah, this build is damaged, dude. Oh boy. There's a lot of damage. Like 2-shot Nyx! Oh, this guy's crazy. Let's see this. That's one.
Mid bounty hunter, bro.
I like how he sends the Manta illusions away.
At the map. What is going on? They just one by one died.
Yeah, as I was saying, whenever you, like, although you guys could have gotten a Rax, one, if your team wanted to go for Rax, you needed to be there. But anyways, like right here, Shadow Fiend has died. We have to make the call. We go force his buyback, or we go get Roshan. Because we know that by the time we hit high ground, they will have 4 to 5 heroes up. If they buy back Shadow Fiend, it means we don't get Aegis, and they have a chance of getting Aegis. Okay, we do a smart thing. In my opinion, this is the best play, because although we get Shadow Fiend buyback, if we lose the next fight, Shadow Fiend get Aegis, which is essentially a buyback. Because for
like
5 out of the 7 minutes, he has a second life.
Yeah, you guys probably should have done this even quicker off killing them. Like the second you killed them, Gonna Roche.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he dropped 2 words there, but...
Yeah, what was that word? Yeah, wrong type of word, I guess.
Happens. Definitely.
Wait, did you just... Okay. If you put a ward on a hill, a sentry on a hill, and all they have up there is another sentry, do not deward.
Yeah.
Just leave the sentry up there. Because if you place an observer on the hill, the sentry won't give vision of it unless they put something else that gives high ground vision. It only gives vision of the high ground right when you place it.
Yeah. Definitely.
So that's just a little thing.
So I know this guy wasn't in your stack. It was you, Pugna, Bounty, Tiny. We are walking high ground when our counterplay to Shackles is Shuriken Toss, Tiny's combo, and Press the Attack. We are doing nothing to stop us. If we press the attack Tiny there, it purges off the Shackles, and we just win that fight because they just blow in a shit ton of spells to not kill Tiny. That's an unlucky ult.
Oof. Yeah, a little bit stepped up.
Yeah, so again, that's just an issue with the Blink Dagger first item. Like, yeah, Glimmer Cape wouldn't have helped with the spiked carapace, but you still just blinked into the middle of a fight, got stunned, and died, which is never fun. So is Bounty Hunter gonna go in and die now? It looks like it.
It's the classic. Here we go. We're high. We all die.
Yeah.
Is everyone seeing a trend here? Because this is a trend. Let's walk high ground and die. Let's walk high ground and die. I mean, you guys are still up 12k in net worth, but like, learn from this. Push your advantage more. Look at your lanes. Like, they're shoving 3 lanes in past your tier 2s because no lanes are shoved out and your team tried to go high ground and just all die. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, like, don't get baited by the fact that Shadow Fiend was dead for, I think it was like 5th. Oh, this is an ambitious TP.
Oh, Tiny, no, buddy. Oh my god, what was that?
Don't know. Oh, Mask of Madness, get him. Yeah, so don't get baited by the fact that Shadow Fiend was dead. And don't get baited by the fact that Aegis means high ground. It doesn't. Aegis means map control, which map control leads to high ground. There is still, technically speaking, 4 objectives on the map you could have taken. You could have taken bottom tier 2, top tier 1, top tier 2, and outpost. And bounty runs when they spawn. We're not going to talk about those. But because we try to force the hardest objective in the entire game to do, besides taking Ancient, we're trying to force Rax, which is super difficult to do. Especially in a 4v4. The reason you guys went high ground was because you had the main advantage. But then you just handicapped yourself by not giving them the hero advantage. You took it to a 4v4, and that hero is not only your advantage, it's also your counterplay to a lot of their combos. Like, Shadow Fiend, if he's alive, Shadow Fiend blink BKB Requiem somebody, you just blink and duel him. You can't stop that. This guy gets hexed, you press the attack him. You get shackled, you press the attack him. Stuff like that. It's like, understanding how important all 5 of your heroes are. I'd just be very careful swap. Okay, you're fine. And then again, like, let's say we didn't lose Aegis last fight. What if we got that tier 2 bottom? What is stopping us right now from walking down bottom and getting a second lane? Besides the fact that we think we can end. This is super scary. If they have any buybacks... You can
do it, though.
Yeah, if they have any buybacks, so...
Your team gets wiped, and we repeat the cycle a third time.
What was...
You're doing a good job staying back here, but this is just like a general game sense thing. Like, this game didn't have to be 36 minutes long. And it's still not over because you guys all died again going high grounds. Like, at this point, it's more when to back up. But, like, the high ground push is effective this time. But still, your team gets wiped. How did Shadow Fiend... your team gets wiped again.
Yeah.
Push is not up. So that's...
Yeah.
And here, now they're going to do the same thing. Granted, you have 3 people dead. They go high grounds, and they all die. Like, again, this is like the most common trend that we've seen today. Well, they're not all dead. 2 of them died.
Yeah.
Only 1 of you died.
Hey, again, just to bring it...
Luna wasting so much time.
Yeah, it's also the fact that if you look at bottom, this is again the issue of not being coordinated with your team. Like, even if you're solo queuing, tell your shaman to go walk mid. We just mentioned that there's 3 heroes dead on the Dire team. Why are you giving them some sort of way back into the game? It's a 2v5 if there's 5 heroes showing up on your team, for the Radiant team in this case. Why are we giving it to them a 2v4 or a 2v3? You just shouldn't have that happen. Because Luna Shaman right here can go in the game. They just do so much damage, they could just won that game on their own. If they had buybacks, they would use them.
Yeah, instead, they wait.
Yeah, instead they took a super long time. Like now... Okay, we had Fortify, I didn't notice that. Now Bounty Hunter's going without BKB. And again, this should be where... Oh, he does have BKB up. Okay.
Because they shackle a range creep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think a lot of this just comes down to our wasting of the Aegis really hurt us. Like, we didn't gain any map control because of it. Although we did end up opening up the Ancient with our last play, it's still, what if we got those tier 2s with that first Aegis? We controlled the map for the next 10 minutes, Roshan spawned at the latest possible spawn at 11 minutes after it died, and then we just go high ground again. Like, he died. Roshan should be spawning. I can see on the mini thing. Just spawn now. Go walk into Rosh. Oh wait, you have a mango tree. So, you know Roshan's alive. Pretty sure we know that Shaman had no buyback, right? Pretty sure we know that.
Yeah, I think he bought back.
Buyback says. Yeah, so we know that he bought back. Go walk into Rosh. Go get that Aegis. Go get that tier 2 top and go get that tier 2 bottom and go mega them. Or get Aegis onto Tiny or Bounty Hunter. Go hit the throne with BKBs. Yeah, the animal himself. Just doing something, like capitalizing on this advantage that they're giving us. Shaman is dead for another 20 seconds. We can Rosh in 20 seconds. They can contest it and delay it. But in theory, if they don't, we can fight it. Or get it. And it's not even just a matter of not knowing. Like, we are making the Roshan call as Shaman spawns. Of all times to get Roshan, this is the worst possible time. If they come in and contest, they're 5 strong compared to being 4 strong. And then Shadow Fiend comes in hot because we don't have Wait, he's a Shadow Blade, right? Oh, I thought he had a Shadow Blade. Got lucky your boy was there to save you.
Oh, the Abyssal through BKB. Oof. I think he just finished Rosh here. Well, this kill is
yeah, they got Roshan. They got Roshan to Tiny.
Okay. Oh yeah. My bad. Good use of that to get vision.
Oh, clear words. Oh, I had to be very careful of Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not run up to him.
Yeah, when you have no buyback, you have to put your team. It's because you die super quickly in the next. Oh, I paused. Let's see what happens. Your team goes high ground. We're not focusing objectives, diving in for fights when we're down a hero.
Everybody dies.
At this point, Tiny should just be committing for the rack because he knows he's gonna die. Yeah, at that point you either BKB TP out, depending on how long the BKB is, which that should have been his play, or you just whack the racks until you die. And if your BKB is under 3 seconds, like duration left on it, you don't have enough time to TP. But it definitely was like 6-7 seconds there. He was 9 seconds. He totally could have lived there with the Aegis and cheese. But again, like
that was questionable.
we've been making a lot of mistakes. Like you walking off randomly for not a whole lot of reason. Like probably went to go farm Serpent Wards or like maybe check a Power Rune. But why risk it? Why go for that play when there's a potential of Nyx Assassin finding you? If Nyx ever finds you because you don't have an Aeon Disc, a BKB, a high enough health pool, anything like that, you're just gonna die. Because he went a build purely to counter supports who go alone. Like Dagon does not team fight at all. It's purely for ganking purposes and blowing up somebody at the start of a fight.
Yeah, it's pickoffs.
Yeah. So if you play with your team, like play behind your Tiny, play behind your Bounty, Legion Commander, like whoever, you have to just to not get caught. How you wouldn't be 5-11. His Nyx Assassin's probably like what, 10 plus? Yeah, 10 plus kills. Probably half of them are on the supporting cast. Because right now, Nyx Assassin is off the map. We just blinked in aggressively. If I'm Nyx, I'm running at you. You just randomly appeared on my minimap when the creeps would have seen you walking up. But
yeah,
how?
You're just instantly dead if this Nyx is good.
And again, we're showing a lone bottom. Nyx Assassin's still off map, and my entire team's on the other half of the map. So one of two things happens. They recognize that CM somehow went from mid lane to bottom lane. Okay, so she TP'd. Which means you cannot TP back to top lane. Or you cannot TP out of a gank. So, they go run a top lane right now, the 4v5, no matter what. Technically a 3v5 because Legion Commander has to TP to the outpost, which takes a long time, and walk to them, which takes even longer. A 3v5 because we showed on mid lane and showed on bottom. Or, as I was saying before, Nyx Assassin just could kill you. Shadow Fiend can just kill you. They have so much gank potential. Like, they have two heroes that itemize entirely around picking off solo heroes. I don't think I'm going to mention it a whole lot more just because I'm sure you get the point by now, but playing with your team is super important for these type of games, as a hard support especially.
Yeah, well,
this is a really good ultimate. Although, yeah, I'm just getting chunked by Luna. What does she have? She hits hard. That's why. Yeah, she's a wee chunker.
Jesus Christ, the amount of high ground and
yeah.
This game. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like going high ground.
Honestly, I think you get like the point has been made here. How many times has this happened? Let's go high ground and all. It's like literally 5 times.
Okay.
Like just farm a bigger advantage and then go get Roche. Make sure you have a huge net worth lead. You have all your power spikes hit, and then go high ground. And this game ends in 30 minutes, and you don't have to deal with dying 18 times trying to push Rats and the Ancient.
Yeah. So we'll just call off that.
If you just put more focus on shoving waves out, this game ends. They don't have your mid racks down. Like it's over 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, the game's ended.
Wait, you win this? There's no way.
No, they lose. They lose.
Oh, they do lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just a tip: if you do not know, Roshan, the way it works is 5 minutes after picking up the Aegis is when the Aegis expires. So you kill Roshan, you grab it, you have 5 minutes of Aegis. After that, there's a 3-minute window, so 8 minutes after pickup of when Roshan can spawn. 8 minutes is the minimum time, 11 is the maximum time. So you have, after Aegis expires, a 6-minute maximum window of when Aegis can be up. So just play around that. Playing around Roshan would give you way more of an advantage, because second Roshan gives you cheese, third gives you refresher, which could be pretty important, getting like double BKBs off, getting double duel off, or it can give you Aghanims, which insanely increases your damage output on Tiny, or Bounty Hunter gets way more farm, stuff like that. Just playing around your objectives would be a lot better, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%.
So next game we'll look at Hideki on Pangolier. This. So went the right click Pango build.
Well, that's trash. So yeah, that build is really bad unless you're mid.
Yeah, I think it was mid. I think I saw Mars Nature's AA Dark Willow on their team. Wait, Mars Nature's AA Dark Willow. Anyway, that's 5
Yeah, if
heroes.
it's mid, it's fine. If you're Pango 3, don't do that.
Yeah. Pango 3 needs to build
Look at
Aura.
ice. Yeah, unless you're Lukey and you're a god at Pango. But I'm gonna assume you're not Lukey, so yeah, if you're Pango 3.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's... Well, I can't... This is gonna be mid. I don't know what lane this is going to. This is a mid Pango. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't start with 6 tangos.
Yeah. So rule of thumb when you're playing mid is you want to ask your hard support to give you 2 tangos and you buy 2 iron branches. That way you're spending 100 gold to get 2 extra stats to help last hit, tank damage, get spells off, all that crap. And then when you place them and eat it with the tree, it counts as 2 tangos. If you're spending 100 gold for 4 tangos, instead of spending 180 gold for 6. As well as the 2 branches helped you last hit, as I said. Which is super important.
I'm just going to read real quick what he said. He said, the Shadow Fiend was clearly a far higher MMR than me, but I felt I did okay in lane, but he kept rotating and my team didn't buy vision, so they flamed me for pushing instead of rotating. We won the game because of NP rap, but that's a situation I get in fairly commonly and would like to know. Lots of flame on the team chat, so you'll probably want to turn it off. Okay, well...
We can't see team chat, we only can see all chat.
All chat, yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely look at what typical mid players do. I was playing Pango the other day, playing a mid. I have no idea what you find this hero as a mid laner. Like, not even the slightest idea. But I know for a fact it is not Salve double Tango double Mango. Because that is so much regen that you're never going to use. The only way you use that Mango is if you could have called it out 5 minutes from now, 3 minutes from now. So remember, you just want to utilize your personal courier as effectively as you can. Because right now, if you had, say, 2 slippers, you probably would have got 2 extra last hits there. Like a last hit and a deny. Like, just because it gives you extra damage, stuff like that. Like, right now, this Mango has done nothing for you. It's
Especially
giving you...
because the Shadow Fiend hits for like 30 damage, or 40, not 30, 40 damage.
I'm pretty sure it's 37, is it not? It's 47. Okay, with the starting items he has.
That was a real easy swing. See, he has good starting items. Yeah, if you're going to play a hero like Pango mid, I'd go on Dota 2 Pro Tracker and look up what someone's going.
Yeah. I can't help you with that. I'm not a mid player, and I'm definitely not a Pangolier player. Trust me, for your sake, you don't want to watch me play that hero. But definitely just try copying the pros. This hero has a pretty standard item build. Like recently, people go Power Treads Vladimir's Offering. But that's normally an offlane Pango or 4 Pango, just because you can lifesteal off of Swashbuckle, and it helps you man mode more with the Power Treads because you're disarming more often. So if you Swashbuckle like that, you die, in my opinion. I'm pretty confident he just triple raises you because you just went super like point blank onto him. Yeah, again, if you're using your escape mechanism to play aggressively, I would just blow all of my spells onto you. Just because there's no way of you getting out.
Yeah, he should be raising the shit out of you, right?
Yeah.
You have to play on this high ground, you're not pulling any aggro. Yeah. Also would pull aggro if the wave's up there.
Yeah.
What's your range creep?
What we mean by pulling aggro, since I saw that you're newer to the game, is the way creep aggro works is whenever you attack an enemy, you will be the primary target it focuses. So if you right-click Shadow Fiend, or if you right-click any other enemy showing on the map, all the creeps will be like, oh, a Pangolier, and they will start running at you. So if you walk backwards, you'll pull the creeps backwards to get yourself in a better lane. So instead of having the creep wave up here, if you right-click Shadow Fiend and walk backwards, you can have the creep wave right here. And it helps a ton in matchups where they don't have a lot of like a long-range poke, where you want to make sure that you're playing at maximum distance so you don't get hit by a double or triple raise combo. So I'd just be abusing the hell out of that mechanic.
Yeah, like you don't want the lane up here.
Yeah. Yes. As soon as it happens, I'm just aggroing the creep wave back, like whenever I can, I feel. Unlucky with the rune spawn. Well, that's...
The Shadow Fiend is not using correctly at all.
Yeah, but so you should be dying here because he's hasted. No.
Yeah.
So again, swashbuckling aggressively there should have killed you. especially because it did end up being a haste rune, which that is like the only rune Shadow Fiend can effectively gank with or easily solo kill the enemy mid. Normally for the other ones, the enemy has to mess up. For you, it does require messing up because you have to swashbuckle to get up and down cliffs, but he can still chase you.
Again, aggro.
Yeah, it's really like whenever you're playing mid, you generally want to be grabbing the if you're Radiant, grabbing the bounty rune you did, and if you Dire, grabbing the bottom jungle bounty rune. Just gives you a free refill in between the power rune spawn. At this point, you're farming pretty well. Like, you mentioned that the Shadow Fiend's way higher ranked than you. Although you should have been killed several times, you didn't, and I'd be super happy with that. So, I still wouldn't want to be playing this lane. I'd be looking to gank as soon as I hit like 7. One other thing to note is whenever you buy a bottle, you need to make sure you buy yourself a observer ward as quickly as you can to place a ward either up here to watch top rune or down there to watch bottom rune. Because you just missed the 6-minute power rune and you have no idea where it is or what rune it is. Which we have a ward down here but doesn't see the rune. Yeah, you walk over here to check, you don't see anything. He walked over and got a regen rune. Which this rune is broken on a lot of heroes, including Shadow Fiend, because he can just non-stop raise through the waves and farm super fast. Which is probably what he's going to do right now. Like, yeah, use Swashbuckle, so if I was him, I'd just start pushing the wave and then go jungle. But yeah, just a tip, whenever you buy a bottle to make sure you buy yourself... Oh, it's a kill? Awesome.
Oh, Pango roll, yep, not an easy spell to use.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, just to bring up the point again, because you missed your bounty or the power rune, you end up walking back to base, which isn't ideal, but sometimes you gotta do it.
What MMR is the Shadow Fiend? Does it say? Oh,
Crusader 1? Crusader 3.
Okay. Crusader 3, alright.
Yeah, right now, I would just be...
Okay, that was bad. He should, if he hit his triple raises, you were dead. I know I'm a little behind, but...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm way behind.
What part are you at? I'm at 905.
9.
Okay, not super far behind. So yeah, right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, man, winning against Shadow Fiend fucking sucks, and it does. Very few melee heroes ever have a smile on their face as they're laning against that guy. Just because he just does a lot of damage, and it is not fun. So I'll be looking at moving around the map. You have the high damage spell in Swashbuckle, and a very good chain stunning spell in your ultimate. So when I want to gank, I look at the side lanes and think, who can I kill with and who can I kill? The only way you kill anti-mage is if you have a hard stun on top of him as you're rolling at him, and if you can chain stun him properly. Or you can go to Legion Commander, and you can kill her pretty easily if you have just any other heroes with you. And the heroes that you can kill pretty reliably with is Mars, Nature's Prophet can always TP in, and Dark Willow, because they offer a ton of disable. Right, yeah, I just wouldn't be trying to fight Shadow Fiend anymore. He's just going to keep getting farms, he's just going to keep forcing you to pop salves, pop bottle charges, all that. Move to another lane. It's not worth trying to compete against a monster of a hero like Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, you said he was rotating around the map killing your teammates. Like, if you rotate around the map and kill his teammates, like, you have the same effect. Especially in a lane like this that's really hard to play against. If you just nuke the wave, or just, like, right-click it out and then use roll, because roll is solo kill people. You need follow-up for it. Like, people to work off the stuns. If you just go with your ult once you have it, and ult in the side lane, like, you have as much impact as him rotating.
Yeah, right now, like, what does the other team do if you, Mars, and Dark Willow run at them, and then you TP Nature's Prophet in? That's 4 heroes showing up to kill any hero. Like, we can kill Shadow Fiend if we bring the right heroes. You can't do it on your own. You don't have the proper damage, and you don't have the reliable lockdown that you need to kill a hero. But because we keep trying to compete with Shadow Fiend, you have to keep popping regen items. You're not creating pressure on the map. Like right now, if you look at the last hit chart, although Mars is farming well, the Legion Commander is farming super well as well, and the Shadow Fiend is going to free farm just due to the nature of the hero. Where's nature's build? Yeah, you mentioned that to the oh.
All the swashbuckles.
Yeah.
Oh, you can roll TP, by the way, if you have to. You can TP while you're Pango roll.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in like a really screwy situation, just hit your TP and you'll be TPing as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, most people will give you tangos addressing chat. You just have to act like relatively nicely. Yeah, Pango jungles pretty horridly.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to expend like 200 mana to take a stack. Yeah, it's not ideal.
Yeah. So like, as you mentioned, you said that Shadow Fiend made moves around the map, correct? Is that right, Scars? You said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, as I mentioned with the replay before, when a kill threat happens, like a gank is happening, you're either playing proactively or reactionary. You're either the one setting up the fight or the one reacting to the fight, depending on which side of the coin you're on. So, you letting Shadow Fiend's bottom, you letting him go bottom, and then you have to be the one to make the move when you're not in a position to, because you've been blowing all your mana trying to compete with Shadow Fiend to match pace in terms of farm, from the jungle camp when he farms jungle, stuff like that. If you just say, fuck it, Shadow Fiend's getting farmed, maybe just kill the other side laners to win my team's lanes harder, just do that. Like, you're never going. There's certain heroes in the game that always come back, and Shadow Fiend is one of them, just due to how efficient Shadow Raze is. So you having to constantly play like, okay, I have to keep spamming spells to keep up with Shadow Fiend, because you realize that Shadow Fiend's higher level than you, higher farm than you. Like, yeah, he's higher by about 1,000 gold on the net worth chart, higher on last hit charts, stuff like that. But you can make up for that fact by just walking at the anti-mage. You Mars Spear him, you Dark Willow Bedlam root him, you just keep chain stunning him with your roll. But instead, we are in mode farm a bit too much, because Pangolier is a very active mid. And your Dark Willow died bottom, under tier 1. While you have TP and Arcane and roll.
Yeah, you should be down there. Like, when they're pushing up to your tier 1, you should be down there, TP in, and just roll and you kill them all, probably.
Yeah.
Especially if you manage to hit the Shadow Fiend while he's going to Requiem.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you're getting ran at by an LC mid. Like, this is, like, mid lane right now, honestly, this is where you give your support the lane, let them stand in here and just get solo experience, and you go make plays.
Yeah, definitely. Because, again, you have two global-based heroes. AA never needs to be in a gank for you guys. AA can always just shoot his Ice Blast and call it a day. But because we lack kind of the follow-up to Mars Ultimate, we don't have any real play, like, as I said, follow-up to the playmaking. Because you have Nature's Prophet AFK hitting his neutrals or doing whatever the hell he's doing. Mars is doing his thing wherever. And you've been farming mid for the past 17 minutes. You're 0-0-0, which is never good. You always want to be involved in some sort of kill. Or at least die trying to make a kill happen.
Yep, pretty much on these active mids. You have to be active. You can't be doing nothing. Like, your impact early game has to be there.
Yeah, like we have a tier 1 tower for free, although we're taking top. I can say pretty reliably, you haven't even looked at the minimap to look at top yet. You may have looked at the minimap. If I was to ask you right now, what spells have they used? You probably wouldn't be able to answer that. But what if you TP'd up there? You just lost 4 heroes.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that was an oof. I mean, this is fine to shove this lane in. To be totally honest,
Yeah.
at least you're doing something productive.
Yeah, it definitely is better than you sitting mid right now. But instead of watching bottom, like as soon as I push in this wave, I'm gonna look at top. The Shadow Fiend's almost dead. Shadow Fiend's probably gonna die in a second. Yeah, Shadow Fiend dies. We've used a bunch of our ultimates. We caught the anti-mage. If we hit him with probably one Pangolier stun, I think he could get caught if we had enough damage. Not too sure. Legion Commander is kind of walking at us now. Legion Commander and anti-mage just cleaned house because we lacked the disarm, we lacked the stuns, we lacked the damage. We have a Maelstrom, which is a ton of damage on Pangolier, to not utilize that damage. Like in this whole process, you traded 4 heroes for an Ogre Magi TP.
After your whole team was dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, 4 heroes for Ogre Magi TP. You can probably assume which one is the better of the 2 trades.
Yeah, that's not exactly a rocket science.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with playing a more farm-demanding style of mid, but if you're playing a more farming style of mid, play a hero that has impact when you farm. Pangolier caps out pretty early. Pangolier does nothing against BKBs. Pangolier doesn't scale very well because he has no natural damage output besides Swashbuckle, which is pretty limiting because it's a 5-second cooldown if you take the talents. There's a couple hundred damage a tick. Compare that to Anti-Mage or Shadow Fiend, who right-click you twice and that's equal damage output. They do it in 1 hit at a time. The biggest tip is just get in the game. As Drake Bolton says,
active hero, be active.
Get your head in the game. Yeah, exactly. Active heroes must be active.
Like if you have like an Ember Spirit,
same
thing
Drake
with like an Ember
Bolton. I
Spirit,
meant
Void
Troy
Spirit,
Bolton.
a lot of these popular mids, TA, if you have an Ember Spirit, a Void Spirit, or TA sitting mid, AFK farming and doing nothing, like they're not doing their like yeah, you just want to be making plays on mids. If you're playing something like Oof, yeah, again, partly on the Swashbuckle usage. I mean, you don't lose the duel. The LC doesn't win the duel. Still not ideal to get caught out there with no Swashbuckle to back up because you swashbuckled forward.
Mm-hmm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, it doesn't help that Glockworth the NP is 0-6-1.
Yeah. Like, we have Arcane Rune, this is our go time. Like, of all of the past 22 minutes, our best time to fight is with this Arcane Rune. You do a crazy amount of damage. And we already lost the AA. Like, we've used Mars Ultimate, like, this is it. This is it. First kill. Let's get him. Let's get him.
Like there, you see that SF go
you got him. You got him.
Right into him.
Oh, you don't go.
This is a good roll. Kind of. This is scary. That's a use. Yeah, I mean, I think you get a lot of the problem with this early game, and like you're asking, what exactly did you say? Journey, are you okay?
Pardon? Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I was just letting you talk.
I'm sorry. I just completely like lost my train of thought. Like, can I not question? Thought you did okay in lane. That's a situation I get in fairly commonly, and I handle it. The way you handle it is you play more active, like we've been saying.
If you lose lanes, you gotta win your side lanes.
Yeah, win your side lanes for your side lane. And I don't even know that you lost mid. Like,
but you
had
did
more CS than him.
Like, of all the Shadow Fiend versus Pangolier matchups you will ever do, if you continue to play Pangolier, that is definitely like top 10% you'll ever have. Because you didn't get solo killed, which you definitely should have, but you didn't, and that's what matters. You were on par with last hits until Shadow Fiend got active and that hero farms faster than you and more efficiently than you. And you stayed AFK mid. Like, you're level 17, which is crazy good. Like, great that you're level 17. But because your entire team has gotten 7 kills in the past 25 minutes, we are super underleveled. And we're playing in a patch where if a Legion Commander died right now next to AA was like level 13, 14. Just because of how broken that patch, like the patch you're playing in was. It's a lot more eased up now with the higher levels and higher kill bounty experience, but it still is something to consider. Where if you're this far behind,
100%.
make a kill happen. You're like, yo, Shadow Fiend is level 17. Legion Commander is 12, 1, and 3. Are you, like, do you really think that if Legion Commander died right now, she wouldn't give, like, 700 gold and, like, 3 levels to every hero? Also, holding the tower that aggressively is suicide. If you got Blink dueled there, does she have Blink, right? No, she has Silver Edge. Yeah, if you got caught by Silver Edge when you swashbuckled up like that, you would totally have died. Like,
Yeah.
super
Or this
risky.
LC had a brain and a blink dagger.
Yeah.
You were just dead. Lots of you should have died here. You didn't, which is good. But yeah, I mean, it's good that you're defending this tower. I think this is fine. You really, the NP should be doing it like someone else should, and you should be trying to like roll around with your team.
Yeah.
But like, you want to be playmaking even right now, and your team should really be pressuring the top tier too. Hold this LC.
Yeah, so as of right now, it's totally fine for you to be holding this tier 2 because you know that Legion has no Blink and you have Rolling Thunder and Swashbuckle. If there was one your team closer and two Nature's Prophet trading a pressure, if he was top lane right now, forcing someone preferably not anti-mage to be there, that's worth it for you guys because you're getting more off the map. They have 4 heroes to not get a tower, and you have 1 hero to ensure the tower doesn't get taken. Oh my lord. Oh, buddy.
It's a good use. Well, I'm at the Mars ult. What timestamp are you at?
I'm at 27 exact.
Okay, yeah, I'm 5 seconds behind. Oh, hey, okay. Classic, interesting fight. Yeah, someone should have been pushing top end like that entire time.
It should have been the Nature's Prophet, but yeah. So you can tell you're a bit newer to Pangolier. This will come with. Oh, you stuck yourself in the high ground. This will come with practice. As you play the hero more, you'll get better at it. Also, Scars, do you want me to stream to you on Discord so you can see it live?
I'm only 5 seconds back.
It's your call.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay like this. Make your life easy. Up, and Animage's gonna come clean up with.
Yeah. I was gonna make a comment before Legion Commander popped out of Invis and I waited. At this point, Quelling Blade doesn't really do a whole lot. You should be done hitting creeps and like getting the efficiency out of Quelling Blade. There's no heroes that you need to break a tree to beat. Buy Dust. It's completely fine to have Dust on a core hero just because you're going to be in the middle of a fight. You might be on top of Legion Commander and not get the kill because of lack of Dust. Stuff like that, it's super important to have on yourself. So I just swap out your Quelling Blade for it.
Yeah, but I think you get the main point of what you should have done this game, which is just be.
Yeah.
And I think this goes better. So yeah, if that, I mean, assuming the rest of this game is just them pressuring you because you guys are down. They lose this game, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Nature's Prophet rats them until victory.
Oh no, they win, right?
Yeah. Like Nature's Prophet on their team wins the game by just ratting nonstop.
Well, Nature's Prophet did Nature's Prophet things, so that's classic. You know, I mean, yeah, your Nature's Prophet should not be able to win your game, but he does. Again, their team should be snowballing. This is just a classic. If this game isn't a very high MMR, like I'm talking like 6K, 7K game, like you don't win this game. They just push right through your jungle and you access the farm and then the game's over.
Yeah.
But here they give you guys a lot of space to come back. Has nobody roached?
That's what I was going to comment on. You guys just killed 3 heroes, Anti-Witch dead for 50, and you have Pangolier, who's like top 5 Roshan heroes in the game, like fighting in Roshan heroes in the game. Go and capitalize on that. As you can see, like, if you saw, when we killed everybody mid, your entire team except for you walked back to your half of the map. For what reason? You did smart play and you walked into their jungle so you can get some sort of control, and Nature's Prophet luckily saved you. But because your entire team backed off onto your half of the map, you conceded all map control you just gained with 3 kills. And you didn't transition it into any objectives, or kills, or map control. Like, no words were placed, nothing happened. Oh, you're dead. Oh, you bashed.
Yeah, you guys pretty much did nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, again, just if you get a kill happen, tell your team, like, let's get stuff happening, dude. And yeah, we're just getting kind of swept here. Legion for the Ultra. They should be getting racks here, right? Is that a thing? They lost a wave, so maybe not actually. Nature's Prophet has sniped your over Magi.
Yep, that's interesting. Oh, and then he dies. Alright, yeah, they should easily take a Rax here. Yeah, they have no wave. Where did their team go?
Who knows?
They all just ran top? Why are they not? Why is it nobody?
Yeah. When you're given this big of an advantage on both sides of the game, make something happen. Like, yeah, Dire got a tier 2. That's great. Like, a tier 2 is really cool. But then, what does that tier 2 do? There's no point in taking towers if you're not going to capitalize on the map control you get from a tower. The whole reason why towers are there is to defend your area of the map. Give you TP access points, prevent the enemy team from easily walking into your area. And taking those towers down closes the map because there's less TP points, there's less vision, stuff like that. And if you don't capitalize on it, you just lose. Which we can see the Dire team does in this game.
But yeah, I think again you get here of how this game goes better. Like, hopefully, just be more active. Did he miss the Requiem combo?
I didn't see.
Yeah, a little. I don't know, dude. How do you? I mean, I guess it's kind of understandable how you win, but you guys definitely should not have won the game.
100%, yeah. Alright, yeah, takes the big A. Face back. Yeah, again, like, being involved in 9 kills out of 21 is pretty bad on a mid playmaker, especially when that doesn't scale. So, like, a lot of the issues that you're facing in this game just come from the fact that we didn't do anything for the first 15-20 minutes of the game. And because of that, they were able to get a lot of map control. Yeah, I wouldn't have saved that area. I wouldn't show on a lane too long on their half the map by yourself without vision. Normally it's suicide to do that. This should be Roshan again for like the 5th time. Instead of Roshan, they go down high ground. That's great, and they back off after the first fortification usage.
Classic.
Yep. Thing to learn after tonight is don't be scared of Roshan. He's not that scary. It's actually pretty useful. Oh, this is the sniper. That is job again. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, you get the point here. So I think we're good to
move on.
Pick the next one here. Yeah. But yeah, just be more active. And
yeah.
You win this early game.
Yeah, definitely. If you're gonna pick a farming mid, play one that can farm quicker, or that scales better. Either of those two things. Even if you pick some super slow farming hero, one that has impact late game would be very helpful. Because then you can justify your farming. But trying to out late game an anti-mage on a hero that can't compete is never gonna work. So this is Math SQ on Axe. He went 114, but he's very new to the game, so we'll be doing a lot more simple stuff for him, like explaining more basic concepts due to how new he is to the game, as I mentioned. Like I believe played less than 5 games ever, or besides bot games.
Chat, TA is a great hero. That hero is phenomenal in every single way. It does not lose mid. It farms fast. It does a shitload of damage. You can come back if you do lose mid, to Scar or something. Yeah, like, yeah, it's great hero.
Yeah, very good against a lower or newer bracket people. They just don't respect the mass amounts of physical damage burst she offers. Because they normally think
and the
of like
pure damage from Sideblade.
Oh yeah, and the pure damage from Sideblade. Yeah, Sideblades are super, super difficult to lane against if you don't know how to position yourself properly. So,
Alright, see what I'll read out what Q said real quick. So, I was Axe and Game ID. First pub along with 4 DFCers on my team. Okay, cool. So it's literally your first pub. Alright. I thought I did better than my initial game, especially at the raw basics of how to control my character, but I still made plenty of mistakes, like trying to hit Abaddon first and losing track of my hero team fights. I also ended up very underfarmed, apart from general tips and pointing out mistakes, wondering how I could have more efficiently allocated my time mid-game. So we know what we're looking at.
okay. First tip is utilize the entirety of your starting gold whenever you can. So unless you have a specific reason for that 154 gold is going to something that's more important than a second set of tangos, a second mango, a second ring, quelling blade, whatever, use it. Because you're going to end up probably running out of regen really quickly in this lane if you do not buy a ring of health, have a headdress, get a ring of Tarask, whatever. If you don't have another set of tangos coming in soon, you're just going to get bullied out. So generally try using all of the regen or your gold that you're given, normally for regen.
Yeah, and that goes for everybody in every bracket. People in all brackets don't buy out their starting items.
Yeah, you're given 600 gold for a reason. Like, if you use 400 of the gold and they use 600, you're at a 200 net worth disadvantage.
Axe Tidehunter. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was just thinking, is this zoning Tidehunter? The Gush Gamer coming in big?
Gush Gamer. He's got a stick. Okay.
Yeah. Make sure people know any auto cast abilities. So what I mean by auto cast is things that can enhance your auto attacks. So Viper's Poison Attack, Kunkka's Tidebringer, I guess.
Searing Arrows.
Yeah, Searing Arrows, stuff like that. Frost Arrow, stuff like that. Anything like that does not give stick charges whenever it's used. So don't buy a stick expecting them to Okay, I'm gonna rewind this quickly. Yeah, don't use or buy a stick expecting it to work.
Alright, trading in the creep wave. And this mistake gets made in like literally every MMR bracket.
Yeah, definitely.
If their creeps are around you and yours aren't, and you're gonna take damage from them and their creeps, don't hit them. Like right here, just back up. Just run backward.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you realize that Crystal Maiden used her Q on your wave, you should know that they have not only more creeps, but your creeps are way lower health and they attack way slower now. So your creeps are going to die way quicker than theirs, which means they have a way bigger wave. So like you took probably, like I should have went back to the death summary, you took easily like 200 extra damage from creeps. Not entire duration, because they had like 2 creep waves hitting you. Or 2 range creeps and 1.5 melee waves, whatever it was. You took a lot of damage just trading blow for blow with them. Go counter helix level 2. Berserker's Call level 1 does nothing without counter helix. You can't pressure a lane and you can't farm. Counter helix is your farming mechanism. It's an AoE with no mana cost and a 1 second cooldown. Level call right now, I would be surprised if you used it pre-level 5, just due to how this lane is going. Which means that
unless you're cutting.
Unless you're cutting, which you need counter helix to cut as well.
Yeah, basically. So
like, I'd be surprised if you personally in this game use Call pre-level 5. Just because you have no natural combination with Call. It's not like a call into Sunstrike, a call into Leshrac stun. Something like gimmicky but has some sort of value. It's like call into Gush and Anchor Smash.
Oh, the Kunkka goes 19-1.
It pops off.
Yeah, I mean, this lane is really weird. Like, I don't know who's the position for.
Yeah, they're kind of splitting it. Like, there's one last hit difference between two of them. And you guys are playing super under tower. Like, where's the creep wave at right now? If they realize that you guys were under your tier 1, they shouldn't be pushing this. I don't think Kunkka knows that you can turn off Tidebringer. I think. But they shouldn't
you toggle that.
Yeah. Like, if he turned this off, you guys just never come back to lane, because for whatever reason, you guys are playing super passive. Excuse me, it's fun to play passive in certain lanes, but like, oh my god, sorry, I keep hiccuping. The point where you're under your tower, like, you are way out of XP range. Really far away from it. The point where you're missing easily 1 or 2 creeps every single wave, which means you're missing a full creep wave every 2 minutes. At worst. Or, I mean, at best, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you also both shouldn't be in the lane if it's right here. Yeah, here, so again, that's an unfavorable trade. Those are hard to recognize. But it comes with playing more.
Oh, a Monkey King. How did you guys lose? That guy's crazy on Monkey King. Yeah, look at him. He just topped in the asset chart. This guy's crazy. Who's he up against?
Damn,
Puck?
he got 32 at 7 minutes?
Yeah, the guy's crazy on his Monkey
Damn,
King.
Poof, and 22 to 9?
Yeah, so right now at this point, if you're really that scared of laning, certain heroes are able to jungle. It's never recommended to jungle. Yeah, like we're taking an unfavorable trade again. Because Tidehunter doesn't offer anything in lane, and your hero doesn't want to tank a creep wave and tank 2 heroes as well as their spell kit. So, like, if the wave is here, like as soon as I die for that 3rd time, I'm like, okay, I don't want to go back to lane, I just kind of die and keep beating them. Go jungle. Your counter Helix does a lot of damage, and as I said, it's a less than 1 second cooldown. So if you proc it a couple times, you're just going to pretty quickly farm the neutral kit. You could easily top the last hit chart, although you're not going to be super farmed in terms of net worth. You'd still be getting farm and XP, and then Tidehunter can get the solo XP from top lane, which is not ideal because you can get bullied still, but it's still the best you can get. Because right now you guys have died like 4 or 5 times top, 4 times top lane in 9 minutes. That is never fun. The way your battle hunger works, by the way, is if the person who is battle hungered kills a unit, so if they deny a creep, if they deny a teammate, kill an enemy, or kill the enemy creep, they lose the battle hunger effect.
Yeah, so you want to put battle hunger ideally on like a support, so it'll get them out of wave. If it's a really squishy core, that works too. A Kunkka doesn't care about it.
Yeah. Yeah, right now we're 0-4. Our lane is 0-6, 10 minutes in. Never fun, as I said. You just don't want to go back to lane. Anytime you go back to lane, they just have a lot of kill threat on you, even more now that they have Ghost Ship. I just keep, well, like, I don't step up in that. I walk the creep wave under my tier 1 tower, and I farm it, and then I go walk to the jungle. Because I know whenever I step up, I'm going to get caught by the X-Mark Torrent Ghost Ship, and I will die every time. So, I think that's probably enough for lane. We'll fast forward a bit. Poof's just going off. Poof is tipping bird.
Yeah, dude, Poof is killing it right now. He dumpstered the hell out of mid.
Yeah. Again, this just comes back down to showing up to a lane that we shouldn't have. Like, you said Kunkka went, what, like 19-1?
19-1, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be surprised if, from the way this is going, if he didn't hit double-digit kills at a 20-minute mark. because we're just feeding so hard because we have this idea, and it's a totally understandable thing to think of, that when you're laning, you have to lane. If your lane is going this horribly, you either go gank or you farm the jungle, or you find some other way to cheese the lane. Which, as you get better at the game, you'll have people explain that to you, like what we mean by cheesing it. But for right now, we do not want to be fighting Crystal Maiden Kunkka. They're scary lads.
Poof is even making rotation. I'm actually pretty. This is pretty god tier by him. But yeah, this lane is also just super weird because you have a Tide Hunter and you both want to be in lane, but you both shouldn't be in lane. It's very odd.
Yeah.
Like, this is fine because the CM can't solo kill you. Like, you can just sit there, nuke out the wave, and then hit her a few times. Perfect.
Yeah. Like, as long as you know roughly where Kunkka is or see Kunkka on the map, you can play as aggressive as you want until he... Like, as long as you don't force a TP. And as I mentioned to you when we were in the in-house a few days ago, was it yesterday actually, Monday, it's fine to tank creeps at times as an axe, never tank tower. It does so much damage. Your hero has very low armor, so armor is a physical damage mitigation in this game. And the lower your armor...
do physical damage.
Yeah, and towers do physical damage. Excuse me. So if you're tanking tower, you need to have high armor to do it, or some form of sustain, like lifesteal, high HP regen, high armor as well. There, I said that. Something like that. You want that to justify it. So for now, yeah, this is totally fine. You're getting, like, although your top laners or bot laners are dying, you're getting XP. Like, this is totally good. Your Monkey Kings went to go gank bottom. You're like, yo, free lane, let's get it. Now you're walking back top, but this is probably going to be death for you if Crystal Maiden's up here.
Okay. This Kunkka is really far out. And he is quite scary at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and this is fine. Now, you know Kunkka is still in the area.
Didn't he just show mid on Kunkka? I thought he did. Yeah, he just showed mid.
Okay, he did.
I'll try.
My bad, I'm not looking at the minimap.
I am. I'm really looking at the minimap, dog. If you want to get to this fight, don't walk it. That fight should have ended already. Like, you didn't, although you guys won the fight, you didn't get a single spell off. Like, you didn't battle hunger, someone didn't call, didn't dunk. If you TP'd in, you would have been able to ensure the fight went in your favor. That's the time that we were talking about, like, it's okay to TP in for those type of plays. Although you're giving up XP top and putting your TP on cooldown, you're ensuring that you have a presence in that fight. Because you showing up 15-20 seconds later is make or break for a fight. You know, that is the duration of Eclipse, Ravage, Monkey King ult. All three of those spells could go down in 15 seconds.
Yep, pretty much.
So, outpost bounties will spawn.
Kunkka is getting giga.
Kunkka's a big boy.
From a more general game sense thing, here's when you jump and kill him. Sometime around now.
CM got so many kills top lane that she's 4th on the net worth chart. Crazy.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that is insane. Higher than their mid laner. So yeah, when there's an enemy this far ahead, you need to talk to the team and be like, how can we force Kunkka into an unfavorable spot and how can we punish that? If we see, say, Kunkka shows that bottom ward, it's a really good ward. If we want to be playing aggressive, we get a smoke at a seat and we walk at the bottom. Well, that's a bit of an advanced item. Where you can just do some like push top lane as 5 heroes with all of their ultimates. If we Ravage, Eclipse, Monkey King, ult Kunkka, he probably will die. I don't know what he has, but probably. Yeah, he'll probably die if we stack spells on him. Yeah, I'll just be talking with my team, although it's a bit difficult for you to realize what you should be doing, just due to how new you are. It's still just talk with your team and be like, hey everyone, what do you guys think we should do? At this point, my Monkey King should say, I'm super incredibly strong, let's run it top tier 1 as a 5. And then we all say, yes, sir. I'm assuming where your hero is. Okay, you saw a bunch of heroes TP in, as well as you TP it into the bottom lane when the wave was at the tier 2. There's nothing down there for you. The only way that you could get the lane creeps is going onto their half of the map, which is super risky against Kunkka, because he's X mark, which can pull you back. It's like a form of disable. Which, although that death was in theory fine, because you're forcing reaction bottom lane, like you force 3 TPs bottom, and this should lead to a top tier 1, it still shouldn't have happened in the first place that you died. And yeah, it was Monkey King versus Puck mid. I have no idea how Puck lost that matchup so hard. From what I've seen, that is pretty Puck favored.
Proof too good.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Balance patch 7.26b removed Poof from the game.
Yeah, Proof's banned from Dota now.
Yeah, way too good. Ruin the competitive spirit of the game having someone this good.
Your items are. I can tell you're fine, guy.
Yeah.
So I would definitely put the Ring of Protection in tank. Yeah, I don't know about Ben. I'm glad you're like actually clicking around. That's good. You want to see what's going on.
So right now, again, I just want to be playing with my team. Like, it's very difficult for you to know what to do, so you're depending on your team. From what I can tell, Poof is your most experienced player. Like, I know Gwen is still somewhat learning the bench. So yeah, Poof should be your most experienced player, so he should be calling your shots, what you guys should be doing. That was a decent fight. We dumped a lot of ultimates to win it, but it wasn't the worst. Our biggest concern right now is Kunkka hasn't shown the map in a long time. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, you gotta find them. I have to find them.
So I think our play right now would just be wait for our ultimates to come up and force a reaction until we can get Kunkka to come. Once we can get Kunkka to come, just dump every ultimate on him, because there's no way your team doesn't realize that Kunkka is their biggest hero. Like, Kunkka is double their next highest net worth hero in a battle. If you kill him, you go from a 4k advantage to a 15k advantage in that fight, because their only threat this game is the Kunkka. I think this is when you said that you lost your hero. I'm gonna rewind.
Yeah, I think this, according to the experience graph of Dota, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when a hero's hitting you like that, I wouldn't waste my call on them. They're already hitting you. Although you get the bonus armor, it's not fully worth it.
Well, that this Puck's casting is like so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good silence. Definitely should have. That's obviously was playing great. So, but yeah, like in that case where it's just one Abaddon hitting you is preferable because he silences you, and he also regens for him. So you probably don't want to focus him necessarily. There's other targets that are gonna have more impact in the fight than him, like Puck, who obviously is gonna try and get in and get out. CM and Grimstroke, all 3 of those are better to try and go.
Yeah, so it's just a very new player type of game, like you can tell.
Which is fun, obviously.
Yeah, everyone has to learn from somewhere, but generally speaking, a good rule of thumb when you're learning the game is fight with your biggest ultimates. Whatever has a very long cooldown, you wait for those cooldowns. The shorter the cooldown, the less important the spell is. So, your Berserker's Call is a 10-second cooldown. That is not an important spell to wait for it to come back up before you take a fight. Ravage, however, is a 150-second cooldown. Probably should be like a good way of judging on how important a spell is and if we want to wait for it to fight. Same thing with Eclipse being 140, Monkey King being I think 110 to 90, 130 to 90. Okay. Yeah. So just whenever we have those ultimates, we want to make a play. Whenever we don't want to make a play. We want to play defensively, like move them around the map, but not in an aggressive manner, stuff like that. That just comes with a lot of playing. Like the reason you probably weren't enjoying yourself too much this game, I hope you were, but really understandable for you not to be. Just because you kept coming to a lane that was super difficult. And these games happen. Everyone goes to lanes where they shouldn't. They just feed mindlessly. And then after the game, you're like, man, why did I do that? You're never gonna have an answer. You just felt like going to that lane. You felt like dying 100 times. That's just Dota. Shouldn't Monkey King have the Orb of Destruction? I don't think Monkey King cares for 15% lifesteal.
Yeah, one thing I would say, and I do when I play in games, but especially when you're new, every time you die, think of why you died.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Like right now, we can take this fight, but the issue is we just showed Monkey King mid. Also a bit of an advanced thing for people to recognize when a hero is shown on the map and what that means. We still should know that Monkey King's ult is super important for our damage component of the team fight. I can't stop hiccuping, man. It's so annoying. Yeah, I guess with that, the ult. Fine. Get in there, blink in, go! Oh, that's a alright call. You know what, that actually wasn't awful, as long as Poof stuns, there you go. Yeah, that's alright. Just try to be a bit quicker with the blink call, but that's still good that you recognize how important it was to call the two heroes hitting your Luna. Yeah, I definitely think
this is gettable.
Yeah, like I can see that you're really good for it. Ooh, Poof getting the big ego boost. Nice.
Really good. See, look at that.
Starcraft.
Hey, this is what DFZ is for. You're gonna be way ahead of everybody
Exactly,
else.
yeah. Miracles is gonna be calling all of you guys up and like, hey man, I'm gonna learn how to play Meepo, and then Poof's like, nope, sorry, I don't teach people Meepo. It's a in-house thing, you know. But yeah, it's
So
still
it's a lot of basic. Obviously, first game, it's a lot of basic things. But as you start to recognize these and like get better with them, you'll get better so fast at the game.
yeah.
Also, I'd recommend from like a personal standpoint, find a hero and spam them as you learn the basics of the game. So that way you have like one or two super good heroes.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Like when I played, I spammed Bane. I easily put like 30 to 40 games into Bane in my first few weeks, just because I enjoyed Bane. If you enjoy playing tanky heroes like Axe, play like Underlord, like just keep trying them all out until you find one you really like. And as soon as you find him, stick with him until you know how to last hit properly, deny properly, what items you should build, what abilities are good, all that sort of stuff. And once you figure that out, the game sort of becomes more natural in how it will come to you.
Yep, exactly.
Like a lot of the mistakes aren't you being dumb, like intelligence wise, or like you being bad at the game. It's you being new to the game.
Yeah, this stuff is all very fixable.
Yeah. And again, if we were to knock off that 100 times you died top lane, your scoreline wouldn't be the worst thing. Like obviously you want to be in more kills, but for a first time player, it's totally fine to be feeding mindlessly. Like I've broken past 20 deaths so many times when I was learning how to play this game, and look where it got me. Like every single player who's learned to play the game has fed really hard, especially when you're learning. Unless you're coming from like Dota 1, when everyone was just shit at the game, I'm guessing.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, but this will get better. You'll get better. I mean, you guys, this game, you're still up in network.
Yeah.
But you guys get like 2 more kills for the rest of the game, right?
That's weird to think of. So I don't even know what would go wrong here. So again, this right now, like, he's kind of in newbie mode. I'll call it instead of farm mode or mode farm, where I feel like the way this is gonna go poorly is just we're gonna force a really weird fight, which I think this is a weird fight. Does not have BKB. This didn't use BKB. That's why.
Everybody gets coiled in the boat. Yep,
Yeah,
GG, game's over.
yeah, that blew the game right up. As I was saying it. So yeah, normally these
Yep.
type of games that are really close in lower bracket or newer bracket games are typically blown open by AoE stuns that just get really emphasized on how good they are because people don't respect them. Your entire team should recognize how powerful Dream Coil is. Like, not necessarily you, because you probably don't even know what Puck does. Like, look at this little fuck. Look at this guy. I wouldn't respect this. You would. Like some little pink fairy thing. But as you play the game more, you'll start to understand of how good that hero is. In certain situations, like what it excels at, what it's bad at. And you guys will space better, not get caught by a coil, not get boated, stuff like that. Yeah, I think biggest tip, just play the game. Like, go feed your mind out. Just have fun doing it. Like, don't get upset every time you die. Dying is never fun. Dota 2 can be fun if you play it as a game instead of a religion. So,
That and playing with people that you know, playing with people in DFC will make it
yeah,
way more fun experience because you won't be getting flamed by your team.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, like, as long as you find a good group of people to play with and to learn with, you will have fun playing the game. Like, there'll be games where you're on the other end of this, where you're the Kunkka in the game, and you just go off and you go like 32-2. You just crush kids. You're like, man, I'm so good. And then you play another game and you go 2-32, and you're like, man, I suck. And then you'll have games where you're in between. But I think we can just call it off of that, just because a lot of the things are just new player experience, we'll call it, which is also on Valve for not having a proper system for teaching you the basics. They had like the freaking last hit trainer thing, like this has been here for ages and it sucks. But I think we can call it off of that. I just think biggest tip, keep playing the game. You'll learn these things through a lot of losses.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of Axe, I'm gonna throw one of my reads and let Journey shit on it.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, I'll send you I'll put. I'll just send you the replay ID over Discord.
Okay, sounds good.
This is me, not on my main account. One of my friends who's just getting back into the game after, and he is playing Axe.
Yeah.
So follow him. So Matt, that's you if you're here, and anybody else. This is a pretty honestly well played off lane by us. So.
Okay. Are we gonna keep going after this one, or do you want to call it after this? Because we have two more replays after.
Yeah, we'll do the other two.
Okay, just want to be sure.
I'm gonna keep it going. It's good for everybody. You see better.
Oh, okay. So this is the. Am I looking at Axe? Or am I looking at Pugna? Looking at you, your boy.
You gotta flip between me going oh and you gotta flip between the two.
Okay.
Two.
Do you want me
It's
to
just
focus?
kind of general off.
Okay, I'm just gonna look at offlane. All right, that's all right.
I mean, this is kind of unfair. I mean, this game is substantially below the average. Like, I mean, obviously, I don't by any means carry this. The PA goes 22-2, but yeah, like this is just general offlaning things, and we won't spend a huge. It's really just the laning. The first 15 minutes are important.
Yeah. So I think I'll just focus on primarily what you and your Axe did well. So people, if we have any 4 position or offlane players, or even safe lane players who want to learn how to beat the offlaners, and what you did well versus what they could do to counter it. So first thing you notice, Pugna and Axe do offer a fair bit of spammability in their lane, just due to battle hunger, decrypt spam, another word offering a good way to ensure that they can't use spells, and blast, which is why we buy Basilisk instead of the headdress. So you having that will help your Axe and you spam spells way more to the point where they can't really contest. Like your mana spamming compared to the headdress regaining will help you a lot. Axe having circlet in his stash is kind of weird, but you know if that happens.
Yeah, again, Just getting back into the game.
Yeah, it happens. Then the typical thing that people do when the banner and spawn, I think it's a mistake for both people to be playing the low ground here, because they could have 15 heroes on that high ground that we cannot see because that ward doesn't see the full top.
Yeah,
But,
this is kind of an oof by us. This lane is against a soul steal, which partially made it.
Yeah.
As I whiff another blast. But
yeah, so as soon as we get into lane, we realize that we can just start spamming the life steal with our spells. And because we have the Basilisk, Axe is already back to full mana, which is super nice for him. And then Pugna's back at full mana. It's why that the Basilisk starting is totally fine. It's not headdress every game, especially now that the prices have gone increased.
it's like the big thing here is I'm trying to just force the life stealer. I'm trying to force the life stealer as much as I can. It's creep cast on, but like that.
Then you've got on robotic for me. Not sure if that's just me or what.
Hopefully not any better.
No, it's a robotic. So, a typical thing that the forward position does whenever the lane pushes is they just go pull the hard camp, as we just saw Scars do here. That way, it just pulls the lane back into tower. That sounds better. You're good.
Yeah, as I, miss half the last hits.
Yeah.
And that range creep.
You know what happens?
And give up the big. Yeah, this is trash, but I didn't think he had rage.
Yeah.
And then I just get to shit.
So for now, we're just looking. Yeah, and again, just pulling because the lane waves about to push. We're just trying to create as big of a deficit between Lifestealer and Axe as we can. Axe is farming the small camp, that's just because he's new. He should be farming the Wave Under Tower. And then Banner and Spawn, so we should be getting that.
I'm pretty sure I tried to. I told him to go cut, so.
Okay.
Start cutting.
Yeah, that's fair. The reason we have Axe cutting is because Pugna applies direct pressure onto this force into either contesting the push, which will mean he tanks a ton of creeps, which he's going to do right here, and probably is going to die or TP back to base because of this. Or he could have jungled and gave up the tier 1, because Lifestealer could not solo defend a tower against the Pugna Axe. So right here, Scars should be holding the, or looking at the buff, yep. So the reason Scars is able to last it is because he clicked on the tower, and when you click on the tower, I will go back to this to show, mid or bottom, you have to stick to whatever you lane teleport to. So the, not TPing is fine, but as soon as the Shadow Fiend dies, we should be going for his tier 1 tower. So we can force a hero from bottom lane to go towards mid lane, and then we can force pressure bottom. Just utilizing Pugna's early pushing capabilities to create pressure all over the map is super important. So like just to emphasize on what Scars at this point in the game has done, he took the tier 1 tower top, which led to Axe being able to push into the tier 2, which baited Shadow Fiend into coming to contest because they don't want to give up a tier 2 just yet. So because he did that, Shadow Fiend died, which then meant Scars should have walked at mid and taken that, sort of hitting that tier 2. That's super unlucky, dude.
Yeah, and then my pull gets screwed up. Like,
damn. Yeah, because he did that, he should have walked mid and started pressuring the mid tier 1. That way, as support, we'll have to TP in from bottom lane because they can't TP in Lifestealer because he doesn't do a whole lot. And Shadow Fiend just died. So we force in the either offlaner or the support, and as soon as that happens, that opens up the bottom lane to being pressured because it's no longer 2v3, it's a 2v2, and R2 is way higher level than their 3 is. It's just planning out proper movements and utilizing your hero's advantages, such as Pugna's early pushing capability, as I mentioned, is super important. And that is why right now Scars is his team's 4k ahead. He's got double outpost. He's gonna hit level 6 in a second because he just got the tome. He's playing this exactly how you'd want to be playing this as a Pugna. He's like, so they see a bunch of heroes top. He's probably going to call, yo, we have a siege creep bottom. Let's go force reaction bottom. or he can go
And, like,
TP mid.
The really important thing that I like about this is that I didn't sit in the off lane. I just let my Axe get as much farm and just sit there solo because he could deal with like up to 3 people on his own.
Mhm.
As I farm my triple stack because I'm greedy.
Yeah, I feel like in an actual game, he probably would have saved that stack for later or for another hero and gone for a tower on the other half of the map because they committed a ton of heroes to killing the ogre and axe. We want to try forcing them back to the other half of the map so they can't group up and make a play happen top lane, which wouldn't happen, but we just want to keep splitting the map up for now to buy OD and PA and axe time to get their key items. Axe is going off, dude.
Yeah, his Axe just continues to kill everyone. Yeah, this is a trash TP.
Yeah.
Alright, everybody watching this TP is garbage.
Yeah, so he TP'd across the map thinking he could definitely help fight, which is understanding why he did. He probably thought that was the real Shadow Fiend. And he TP's in and he messes up his combo on Life Stealer.
Yeah, because I suck.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, did he have a mango beforehand? No, he didn't. Okay, that's why he went on him. He should have been checking the cooldown, or the mana cost, and asking his Axe if Rage is off cooldown. Axe should have said yes, that it's on cooldown. Or not on cooldown, I mean, sorry. Which then should lead to us not going on Lifestealer, because we don't really kill him. And then we just TP top to not do anything.
Yeah,
right now,
trash TP.
Yeah, our biggest
Absolute
play
garbage.
should just be trying to take that mid tier 1 to help open up the map more. If we can get that mid tier 1, it becomes super easy for us to keep this high tempo up with Axe running at them, Pugna running at them, making space for my other heroes to farm. But because we TP top, they still have 2 tier 1s.
Yeah, my general thought here was going top with the Axe will help push bot in because the PA will have absolutely nothing because they'll rotate more people up. And then I did literally nothing. Like, I'm completely unproductive.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's just a general, like, the main takeaway that I just want to put, like, tell everyone about this game, and the reason I picked it is because my offlaner got to a point where he could snowball hard enough that I didn't need to be there, and I literally wasn't in the lane after like 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, which is super important to realize when you're not needed.
So yeah, I mean, that's all that I wanted to put out about this. We don't have to watch much more. The game just kind of goes. We kind of screw up and don't end early enough. We end up winning because we're just extremely far ahead really early. But
yeah,
this game should have been over 10 minutes earlier.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the biggest thing to point out is whenever you get the chance of the 4, you probably want to pull. Just, it makes the lane super easy. It's the 5's job to contest the pull, and the 4's job to get the pull to happen, if possible. Especially in brackets where the 5 won't contest the pull, it gives you a huge advantage in lane. So, next replay is the virus on Lifestealer. Do you have any comments about that one, or?
Yes, we do, and I will read them right now. Okay. The virus. I'm not a mid player, but I play Ember and safe lane a lot. My laning is not the. I don't mind. Oh wait. Is he? No, he's the Ember, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say because his profile picture is Dark Willow. Yeah.
Yeah, the zero impacts confuse me sometimes too. But yeah, I'm not a mid player, but I play Ember and safe lane a lot. My laning is not the best. I don't mind if half the matches are viewed since I ended up snowballing and getting a rampage. Well, that's good. Mostly interested in how my early game could have been better. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you didn't rotate enough once you hit 6.
Yeah,
but
2 kills 12 minutes in is not a whole lot. Yeah, we'll watch it. I also am not a fan of the build going with Daedalus Maelstrom Aghanims. If you get stunned, you die. Like if they hit you with a single stun on any hero, you die. That is the most glass cannon build against an axe I have ever seen. Like you're literally playing around all like Sleight of Fist and 5 Remnant charges to ensure you don't get caught. But you're gonna get caught at one point, and if you do, you feed so much gold. This Lion's first match, it might be. There's no accolade.
Yeah, that's weird. Could just be a glitch.
No, this is his first game. Wow. He has maximum versatility after. How do you have 9.77 after playing a single hero?
Dude, he's just got to learn the Thanos build, and then he'll never lose.
Yeah, definitely. So, again, we have. I'm gonna round up because rounding is easy. We have 300 gold of unspent. Oh wait, can we buy a salve? All right.
That's fine. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that. You probably should have something else and then ship it out after bounties, but
I would
holy-
recommend buying a damage item of some sort, or because of the lane matchup I'm in, I'll be buying a ring of protection. Because Sniper just sits there and pokes you over and over and over. And until Ember Spirit gets higher levels, you just kind of have to accept that. So I think I'd either be building a Wraith Band, buy out more regen, or buy a ring of protection. That's just me.
The battle begins.
Block kind of sucked. That happens to everybody.
yeah, you fix that as you play more mid.
Yeah. Shrapnel level 1.
Shrapnel the wave. Deny this range creep. Perfect. That's why I don't shrapnel the wave.
Yeah. Trusting my Sniper.
Like there, honestly, I think on the first wave, you flame guard and you just walk into the wave and nuke it out.
Yeah,
I see a lot of Embers do mid.
that's what I was gonna suggest, but I don't know how because it's 80 damage level 1 on Flame Guard. I don't know what the damage over time of this is. You have to sit in this for about 5 seconds to break your thing. To break your Flame Guard. Which it should take you about that long to kill the creep wave, right? I feel like you can do it. I don't know. I have to see more Sniper versus Ember Spirit matchups.
You want to deny every single range creep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you're this is perfect.
Yeah.
You're just when sniper shrapnel the wave, deny the range creeps.
Yeah. So although you're behind in last hits right now, you're definitely ahead in XP.
Yeah, buy something unless this is a straight bottle rush, in which this is fine.
But tank. It's fine to use Sleight of Fist for last hits, by the way.
The sleight of fist damage is just trash.
It's super bad, yeah. Make sure within XP range of range creeps. Essentially getting fully, not even getting denied, it's just negated. You didn't get a range creep spawn, like an Enigma just denied it. You couldn't get any of it, pretty much. Because you pulled the wave way too far back and didn't position yourself to get the XP at least. Never tank tower on Ember Spirit, and again, just put higher priority onto the denying of range creeps. If the enemy mid is ever, to put it bluntly, dumb enough to keep spamming his ability that can't secure a range creep, but puts it below, into deny range, just keep denying. You'll get a huge advantage mid. You'll hit 6 by the time he's 5.5, 5.25. It's the same principle of what I was talking about with the support, how the Lich should be using his Q to secure range creeps, is that Earthshaker ended up denying it. It's you're the only hero here. It's your job to secure your range creeps.
Yep, pretty much a general. Mid, you have to secure your range creeps. They cannot get denied.
Yeah.
Nice, gets the siege creep. Yeah, I'd be going for the arcane rune because you have a bottle.
Yeah, I just Flame Guard and push this out. Yeah, Sniper. We know that Sniper contests runes because he went for the haste rune right away last time. I wouldn't even play that slow. I would Flame Guard it and immediately try killing out that wave because I know that I need to refill my bottle.
Yeah, it was there for 2 minutes. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I'd say that's a good job of my support players. That was a good rotation, by the way.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's good that your support player left it there for you, but it's also Thanos is maybe it's because he's new. He doesn't understand how buyback works. That could be it. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Then again, he's a lion picker, so they're a rare
Yeah, he
breed.
picks lion. Don't pick lion. Oh.
Yeah, if you learn anything
Cool.
from tonight, it's don't pick lion.
Unless you're going mid and building the Thanos build.
Exactly. That's literally the only viable build. Snap kids out of your game.
Mid lion.
I'll be looking at bottom right now. Like, there's a fight happening right pretty close to where you are. Not maxing out Sleight of Fist feels kind of weird. Isn't like level 3 to 4 pretty significant in the difference? Yeah, cooldown,
I mean,
yeah. It still scales.
I'd probably rather go for the Chains max over Sleight of Fist, though. Chains and Flame Guard.
Yeah, I don't play enough Ember to know, but I think if I'm playing very gank heavy, yeah, I'd probably go for either a 4-4-0 build or like maxing of Flame Guard. Like, I don't know, like 2-2-4, is that a thing? I don't know, it sounds kind of bad.
Yeah, I honestly, Ember's played in like literally every role, so I get the builds confused.
Yeah, I don't know. I know
Like,
that
I don't know
support
what the
Ember.
mid build is.
Yeah, I know that support Embers go 4-4-0. I don't know what the hell they go for on the roaming gank or mid.
Yeah, I mean, I think this early game looks pretty clean, dude.
Yeah, you should have got. Actually, no, never mind. If Lion stepped up there, you would have killed him. Ignore me. Isn't there a siege creep hitting your mid tower?
That is a really scary TP. If that line stunned you, it just gets canceled and you're stranded.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying, or gonna say. I think it's super scary, but if Lion stepped up, because you have an Earthshaker so close, you have Daring Chains to kill him. And Fisher, I mean. Yeah, you just missed a siege creep to tank like 900 damage and not kill a single creep. It's kind of weird. Like, don't do stacks unless you have a Maelstrom, Phase Boots, or a Flame Guard up. You just take way too much damage. And don't do enough damage.
Out.
Yeah, and yeah, wave needs pushed out. So for now, you're just in mode farm. Like, yeah, your last hits is very low for mid laner. Like, that's like offlane level last hits being 30 at 12. But that happens. Just gotta work in the last.
You are being pretty active.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's really, that's just last hitting in lane.
Yeah, definitely. Missing 3 last hits.
Yeah, learning to last hit under tower, things like that. I mean, I think if you do that a little bit better, this early game is honestly pretty perfect.
Yeah.
I think oh, you don't have a TP. I was gonna say, I think I just Remnant TP home. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest it too, but
did it, so there's nothing to suggest.
Exactly. The next power rune, if I get a decent rune, I'm looking to make a play top lane again. I think if we can take that tier 1 or the tier 1 mid, we're in a really good spot. This is a good gank. Let's go on your supports.
Yep,
and a DD rune. This DD rune means just go run at something. You don't care what. Sniper respawns and defends mid, you kill him. Well, that's not a good usage of DD. This is like 20 seconds where no hero's gonna occupy your lane where you don't utilize this. If you walked bottom pop DD right now, this is a triple kill. You might get a couple kills. Let's see if the DD would have paid off.
See what happens. You should kill it. You should. Oh, kill the axe. Target priority. Target priority. Oh. If you go for this, you're a psychopath. Okay, you don't. I was gonna say you're literally a psycho if you went for that. I love the Remnant TPs though that is a really scary Remnant. I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Into their tier 1 is super questionable. And yeah, I would never Remnant into that. That's just so dicey. Because they don't get vision anymore. You have no idea. Like, again, they have so many heroes, or could have had so many heroes. That's risque. The mid tier 1 is being attacked. Don't hit neutral creeps.
Yeah.
Even if this takes 1 damage, it's 1 damage too many. But there's a cart wave, so it's going to take way more than 1. Yeah, if a wave is being pushed, go push it out. Like, you might even, yeah. Because you went to hit a neutral camp, you're forced to use Fortify. It's not worth the trade of that 100 to 200 gold, depending on what kind of camp you hit.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys go kill sniper here. Well, you need a smoke, and pressuring the mid tower is good because you have 3 mid.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely pressure this mid tower / kill the sniper. If
Yeah.
one of those is even real.
Yeah, one of them is. The real one's coming back over. Yeah, so he just walked under your vision. I dive him. You have Fissure in
Yeah,
position.
he has to die. Yep, and do you do it? Do you do it? Yep, he's dead. Nope, no, he's not dead. Never mind. Oh. Yep,
Mango tree. Oh no.
Kitty, no. Well, alright, that wasn't ideal. That sniper, if you go on that sniper right when you see him under your vision, he dies. And then that doesn't happen. Or this doesn't happen. Especially because you guys didn't commit to pressuring the tier 1. Wait, is that the lifestealer just chilling in an ancient creep? That was funny.
Goes for the drive, but what does he have? You have Radiant? No, it's got Armlet.
I think that's the build nowadays.
It is, yeah, but like, why be in an ancient creep moseying around town?
Flying around in his ancient creep. It's funny because it just walks through the jungle and their team didn't even react to the fact that there was an ancient just walking by them.
Yeah, it's not surprising when a neutral creep comes to your jungle, right?
Yeah, right. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
All right, but I mean, this early game, your last hitting in lane, and a little bit of your farm priority, what to hit, when to hit it. If that's a little better, this early game is really solid.
Yeah. I wouldn't be looking to do a whole lot in their top jungle until I get their mid tier 1. Like, they probably shouldn't be fighting the way they are. They're not protecting their sniper at all. What do they have?
I mean, I think this is fine, Journey. I think they have no access to farm.
Yeah, okay. I honestly didn't think Axe was this under-farmed. What do they have on any of their heroes? Okay, yeah, and that's my bad for what I said. I honestly thought Axe was a bit more farmed. I'm gonna go to net worth so I can... Hell, yeah, Axe is 3.7k net worth. Never mind. You go for that play every time. I honestly didn't think Axe got crushed that hard in lane. I assumed he had, like, Crimson or Blink at least.
I mean, you guys, this is well played, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think you guys played this game correctly.
Yeah, definitely. So right now, if we take that fight in the jungle, yeah, we just go run at their mid tier 1, because that means we're super strong compared to them.
And then I think you play in triangle, you play in jungle, and their jungle and their triangle, and I think they have no chance to come back.
Yeah.
It seems like that's what you guys do. This is okay. That was good. That was good. Oh, you have a Crimson Guard. That's good. Glad somebody bought that.
Going for the Cardell. Oh, you get him? Do you get him? Oh, you're 13 mana short. Unlucky.
Nope.
The chains?
Dead? Nope, because your Underlord's here, and should keep you alive, because it's an Underlord. Oops, snap ulti from 2 feet away.
That was a good
Underlord ult.
What's it called? Something Rift? Dark Rift. That was Reality Rift.
Dark Rift? Yeah. Wait, is it Dark Rift or Reality? Wait, what's
Reality Rift is Chaos Knight's W.
That's right, yeah.
Summoner's Rift is actually what the Underlord's ult should be.
That would make sense.
It should be, but then they'd probably have trouble with Riot, because Summoner's Rift is the map in League.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
No.
That's a really good fissure by Earthshaker. He's completely split the fight up there, to the point where they couldn't chase without Ursa being alone. Yeah, so I think right now my biggest concern is your build is hyper aggressive, which is totally fine if you guys are ahead, but if you die like once or twice here, you just kind of have this item that kills you quicker.
Yeah, I think you need a BKB.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you go Maelstrom BKB here if you want to be unstoppable in fights. Or harder to kill, I should say, because if they blink Axe call you, then Abyssal Blade you can die. In a BKB duration. They have Axe blink it, and they have anything on Axe it? No. This guy's not even a hero.
Yeah, you can't do shit.
That'd be Very careful with this one. Yeah, you gotta run.
But yeah, I think you get again, like the first year of the game, I think you get what we were saying, hopefully, based off of what we said. But it was, I mean, pretty well played overall. Just a little bit of last hitting stuff, a little bit of build things. But I think this was good overall.
Yeah.
That and priority on runes. If you have
Yeah.
a bottle and you're an Ember Spirit that can move really fast and lock down the other person, priority on runes.
Yeah. Because although the sniper, snipers should never contest runes ever. The only way a sniper contests a rune is if they're trying to deny the rune. They don't care for getting that region or that haste rune. They just don't want you to get that region, that haste, that arcane. If you don't get it, you don't get the bottle refill, and they can pressure you in lane. Yeah. That's just on your team fighting super split up. I don't think you should be there as two when they have
vision.
Aegis. Yeah, without vision. And if you do that, you have to look for the sniper first. Because it is your job this entire... Like, you have no hero in this game that can reliably kill a sniper that isn't your Earthshaker. It has to be Earthshaker with Lifestealer inside of them, or you, potentially with Lifestealer inside of them. It doesn't really matter for that.
But yeah, this was a pretty good game overall. It's just little things.
Yeah.
Where's the rampage?
I'm assuming later into the game. Again, this playing with your team, like, if they still have Aegis, right? I'm not done with that. Yeah. If they still have Aegis and you don't have a defensive item to allow you to live, you need to play close to your team. It doesn't have to be your entire team. It either has to be Earthshaker, because he has Fissure, Chant, Totem, Echo Slam to save you if you get jumped. It's either him or it has to be the Underlord. One of those two heroes has to be there with you. So you walking up Pango with Underlord is okay, but walking up blindly into Aegis, potentially 5 heroes, not okay. And then you TPing mid alone when your entire team's in the bottom half of the map. It's gonna get you killed. So just be very careful with how far apart you split. Because that was your Aghanims, and you walked mid instead of buying your Aghanims, you killed yourself, and now you're 300 gold away.
Yep, exactly.
I find if I do like a full day of replay watching, that when I look at 1x speed, the game just looks so slow.
Yeah,
that's actually true. Crazy.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I guess you don't have any vision. Yeah, you need aggressive wards. Your wards are too defensive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this ward is too defensive.
Yeah, the one you just
walked by. You guys
can
play in their jungle right now.
Your wards should be somewhere in... I can't even draw. Somewhere in the bottom jungle and somewhere in the top jungle. It doesn't matter where. You just have to have some sort of vision to see any of their movements. Earthshaker probably shouldn't be getting jumped there. The most common time for people to feed away kills in these type of games where you're super far ahead but don't have vision is when the Banner spawned. Naturally speaking, if you're ahead on Radiant, the dire team, as I said before, let's watch this happen next. This is Rampage, isn't it? This totally is the Rampage. Okay, it's not the Rampage, I lied. Oh, it could be the Rampage, I may not have lied. Oh, this is the Rampage for sure.
No, because Lifestealer got the first kill.
Yeah, but the sniper bought back. Fuck, Lifestealer got the second kill. I lied. Buy back again, come on. Ah, fuck.
Yeah, there's no way.
I thought it would. I was excited. For that fight, just use Arcane Rune and have a BKB.
Yeah, have a BKB, and you're unkillable.
Yeah. As I was saying, when Radiant team's ahead, the Dire team wants to be playing in this bottom triangle down here, just due to how easy it is to defend due to the amount of choke points, ward spots, and due to the ease of access to farm these 3 camps. That means whenever they are behind, they want this bounty rune and this bounty rune down here. The Earthshaker showing on this high ground, going for this bounty rune like that, probably should get him killed. Probably pretty much every time, just because they should be as 5 heroes with ob sentries, like probably up here, 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 wherever it is. Doesn't matter, as long as they can defend this area, they can jump the Earthshaker and just blow you up. Or blow him up. Just a tip for where your ward should be, where you should tell your team to play. Like, you can play wherever you want because you have an early Aghanims and you're very mobile. but your team's not. Your team's pretty unmobile.
Yeah, your team moves super slow around the map, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have Underlord ulti, but
Yeah, that does help. That's a pretty big commitment thing to do constantly. Other thing I'd be mindful of is typically, from what I've seen, Ember Spirit players like to align their Aghanims with their level 25, 20 something, 18, 16-second Remnant Restore charge time. Because you used your Remnants like a minute and a half ago, and you're only at 4 out of 5. Like, you're very rarely ever going to have 5 charges up. Just because it's such a high cooldown to get 5 charges up. But if you want to go early Aghanims, if you value the high mobility, which is totally fine too when your team's unmobile, go for it. But as I said, I think BKB is far more important in this game than Aghanims would be. And then we're winning this fight here. This is the rampage.
This has to
Come
be the
on.
rampage.
It has to be.
No
Oh, it is. It is. Alright, this guy's crazy. We can call it off that. My boy Pink Player with the iconic name is calling it. Yeah, I just think the biggest things to work on is getting better at last hitting early in lane and punishing them when they screw up denying. Like punishing them when they mess up their spell usage to get free denies. Because Sniper probably shouldn't be outlasting you. Because you offer way more kill threat than he does, and you have higher damage. All he has is a higher attack range. Which you have Sleight of Fist, which does help. So the last one for the night. Who is it?
Good old coach replay.
Yeah, it's another coach replay from Yplosion. No idea how to pronounce her name.
It's
Note you're here.
Explosion.
Yeah.
Something like.
Yeah. Not sure if you're here just because it is probably like 6 a.m. I don't even know what time it is in A, little. Yeah. It's pretty
It's plus 6 hours. Oh, Immortal game. This is lower Immortal. Yeah.
Yeah. So EC, you're back in Immortal. Nice. Get that. Or have you always been Immortal? Because he said he said to me, Master Tier IO. Interesting.
Said it's a smurfing quap, but I will read the full thing. Alright. I played Pause 5 Phoenix against the big Smurf Quap that really hunted my ass down. We lost lane pretty bad, but I think we almost recovered the mid. Okay. So we will focus on the laning stage.
Okay. I just think if Queen of Pain is like, I'm gonna look at your death just to make sure before I make the point. Queen of Pain can do 5 out of 9 times. Yeah, figured. So if Queen of Pain's ever hunting you that hard, you cannot show into a fight. The only way I show up into a fight is after she's orchided. So I will sit in the tree line and then I will swoop in and then ult, or I will sit and smoke at a seat until they jump in an orchid, and then I make my move. I never can show my face as a high, like, on the tier list of priority for who Queen of Pain's job it is to deal with. It is Queen of Pain's job to deal with the Phoenix here. And if she doesn't orchid you, she fails her job. Because you guys are not very good at dealing with the egg protection gameplay people normally run the Phoenix. But you can definitely do it. Like, you have a lot of AoE disable and damage.
Yeah, so a Snapfire, like, I guess that's an okay pick with Phoenix. It's not amazing.
It's not amazing to go Aghanim's first item. But yeah, I just think without watching the replay, biggest tip will just be like in team fights when you're the high priority support, like you're the IO, the Dazzle, the Wyvern, the Phoenix. Just play out of sight, play under smoke, play under Shadow Amulet, play in the trees, whatever you have to do to not get jumped.
I mean, I find in like my games in Immortal, like you insta die if you're in vision and you're a high priority support, like literally instantly you will get jumped in the back line. And I'm sure this Quap does a fantastic job of that, especially considering how mobile she is.
There's apparently 4 Smurfs in this game, and then 2 people with an unmarked profile. That is crazy.
Well, that Quap is absolutely a Smurf with 1,000 games and a
Yeah.
mid-immortal. Yeah.
Well, it's
1,000%.
also the Viper has 441 games and a 66% win rate. The Underlord has 670 games and a 60% win rate. The Snapfire has 500 games and a 62% win rate.
Are they in a party together?
No, the Viper, Underlord, PL are the Snapfire and Phoenix solo queued.
Okay.
So you're up against Bristleback, it's PL Bristle versus probably Puck. PL Phoenix versus probably Puck Bristle, I'd imagine, right? Or are they gonna put Puck top and Coddle with BB? We'll find out.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely Puck 4, which is really shitty. Well, actually, I don't know. He's in lane against the Quap.
Coddle Bristle is a super common combo. Like,
Yeah,
even if your Coddles, you're fine. Yeah, even if your Coddles, you're 5, quote unquote, you'd still want to run him with the Bristle if you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason not to.
There's no way they don't run Coddle Bristle together, right? No, the Quap is mid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coddle showed bottom.
Yeah, this game's rough.
This is rough. Super rough lane for Phoenix. You have 0 base armor. Your dive can be interrupted by a blinding light. You do nothing to pressure Bristleback. At this point, I'm just talking to my PL. Like, yeah, best I can do is give you headdress aura, and I'm just gonna keep pulling.
Yeah, you chain pull. You just pull constantly.
I wouldn't be going for this hard pull. Yeah, because the
Coddle's gonna instantly contest this. Yeah, it's not even gonna get off.
So the issue, good TP by Cobb. Yeah, so the issue people normally have with going for these hard camp pulls, and the reason why you don't see them super often in the pro leagues, is because just that. Carlos walked over and stood where he should be playing and contested it and blocked the pull. And you just couldn't do anything about that. Like, you could have hit him a little bit, make him an unhappy chappy, but at the end of the day, he blocked the pull. That's all he's going to do. All he's going to keep doing. Like, look at his positioning here. He right clicks it.
I mean, my experience with that pull is that if you're going to get it off, your position 1 has to protect it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Which you need the lane really far up for that to work, not back here.
Yeah, 100%. But I feel like I'd just be looking at pulling the small camp. Especially since you stacked. Ooh. Big commitment on that dive. If I'm the other team, I just run at you. You're still have a point nasal goo? I think that's a mistake.
That was a nice stack, though.
Yeah, it definitely was. But just to make a point, I don't think in this lane I should be expecting Bristleback to have his passive. If he goes 1-2-0, he has so much kill. Like, he can literally force PL to doppel whenever he wants. Like, 2 charges on nasal goo, he just killed him. And it's not like mana is an issue because you have to keep her the light. So I think using my only defensive spell is super big commitment because he just walked at me. Either forces me out of lane or kills me or whatever. Yeah, I'll just be mindful of that. And from what I've seen, more Bristlebacks have started to go for the early nasal goo, which is about time because that ability is super value.
I mean, I think against a Bristleback Coddle lane, you even consider just blocking the hard camp.
Yeah.
So that they can't pull because they're going to push the lane with quills automatically.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't even think that. That's definitely what I would... If I thought of it, yeah, I'd highly recommend doing it too. Pull off.
Yeah, I mean... and the Coddle, like, it's literally going to be constant quills. Like, I think the lane is pretty much fine here, assuming your PL can hit last hit under tower, which you would hope an Immortal player can. And you have a stack small cap. This pull's good.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the reason that pull happened wasn't because the pull timing was done right, it's because he let the creeps attack him, which increased the aggro radius of his creeps, so it drew their aggro.
This is fine, because the PL's fine. But yeah, Jared, sorry to interrupt.
Fine. Good try on that dive. I think I just pull again right now.
Yeah, I honestly think you just chain pull this. You need to stay close to tower.
I just because Coddle walked away and Coddle's the one that has to contest the pull. Like mostly. Bristleback can do it himself, but he doesn't want to. And if Coddle can't contest, we just get a free pull off.
Can you pull up last hits and the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this lane is lost. I think you're honestly doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this PL's got to just aggro these under tower like 10 seconds earlier. Okay, this is decent kind of much.
And stacking again. Yeah, this is fine.
Yeah,
as you definitely know, there's no way that PL Phoenix ever beats Coddle Bristle. Like, this is such a common combo. It's always been a very good combo, let alone right now being super popular. Like, you offer no pressure, you offer no relief. In a pain.
There's the quad.
I did accept my death there. I wouldn't try TPing.
Yeah, I think you just cast your spells.
Yeah, just because although you're gonna feed First Blood, it's now gonna take you probably about 30 seconds to get back to lane. Like, yeah, you start your journey at like 7:09. Let's call it. I know fast forward. 7:39 is when I'd be right. So we can say that you're back in lane by about now. So it took you about 40 seconds, 30 seconds. No, not 40. 30 seconds about exact. To get back to lane. Oop. And then you die again because your here does nothing to stop it. At this point, who's your main?
Well, at this point, your PL needs to leave this lane and go jungle.
Yeah, what to say? Yeah, so at this point, you give up your tier 1 tower. Your PL. Why is he? Yeah, this TP is good by PL, but PL had to leave earlier because PL just keeps trying to lane bottom. You're just gonna keep chain feeding super hard, and you'll never get anywhere. Like, what you're doing down here is fine, and you're just holding this tower for as long as you can because you know it's super hard for them to kill you. But super hard is not impossible because if Coddle was good, they'd be diving you right now, and they'd try forcing you to dive, and that way as soon as you dive, they blinding light you, and then you're dead because you don't have TP. That's totally fine. Yeah. Like, you're stalling a tower. Even if you died right now, it's totally worth it for you to die because you're getting like level 6 in a few seconds. Yeah, this is where you die. Okay, you survive. That's all right.
Yeah, honestly, I think you're just wasting your time, which is good. They're not running at your PL.
Yeah.
Who has 57 CS at 10 minutes, which is perfect for this lane. I mean, it obviously could be a little better, but
yeah, Bristle's free farmed, but Bristle hypothetically in this game shouldn't be a threat because we have a Viper for dealing with him.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't do anything to shut the Bristle down, so I definitely would not feel about that. Never feel bad about that at all.
Yeah, definitely. What he rest plays is go for a Spirit Vessel on you, Snapfire, whoever, and then just accept that he's going to get farmed. Again, just keep going back bottom whenever it goes into the tier 2, and defend that.
Yeah, Bristleback can't kill you. The more he runs at you, the better.
Yeah. Like, my PL shouldn't be here. He's getting four last hits every 30 seconds, which, yeah, that's nice, but he could just be free farming the jungle.
Yeah, I think he goes and farms in triangle into their jungle, and then you just sit here in dead lane.
Yeah, I would not commit that egg.
Yeah, I would just that's not yep. And this is why Coddle shits or Quap shits on Phoenix because she has high attack speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just try in dead lane and do your as best as you can, and your team pressures top tower, and you just flip the map 180 degrees.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I would not send a bunch of TP.
This is just really silly on your entire team's part. You knew that there was, I believe we saw 4 heroes, if I'm not mistaken. 4 heroes ran at you guys bottom. You used Phoenix Egg. Okay, you fucked up. That's alright. It happens. And then your entire team proceeds to run hero after hero after hero to defend a tier 2 against 5 heroes without your only big ultimate. Snapfire doesn't even have level 6 yet. Snapfire's level 5. So we're trying to defend a tower in I'm going to call it a 3 or 2v5. Because right now Snapfire doesn't do anything if Phoenix doesn't do enough. to be considered a hero. We
Yeah,
justified their move. Oh, go on. I'll let you talk.
No, yeah, and just to put on what Journey's saying, I think you just have to have people pushing top. Like your PL needs to be farming their jungle. You need to have people just shoving the wave in, and just you sit there in dead lane. Just throw your spirits at them while they're hitting tier 2.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, if you give them a reason to make a dumb play, they will make it every time. Because it's no longer them committing 5 heroes for a Phoenix that's 0-2 and a tier 2. It's them committing 5 heroes for a tier 2 and a team fight win. Which is obviously way more value for their team because they just killed 3 heroes, sent one of them back to base on Snapfire, and they got a tower and a bunch of map control. If you just accept the death there, don't Phoenix Egg, they may not even go for the fight in the first place.
This Razor, I mean, you don't have any lockdown for him.
Yeah, this is ambitious. And we wasted our Snapfire ultimate, which means we're going to use...
You have to disengage. Yep, team fight's over. That egg is not going to survive. Actually, it is, because your Fire Spirit usage... Nope, it's not. Your Fire Spirit usage was still good, but you had nobody to protect it because your team got split. That's why I think you just try and dive away.
If you first pick Phoenix, it is on your team to pick something that couples with it. I don't think you pick Underlord. I think you pick, like, any... Like, I think you need to some BKB piercing stun or some AoE disable. That doesn't let them kill the egg.
I think the Underlord is okay. I don't think you pick Snapfire.
Yeah, I don't think you pick Snapfire either. I think if you pick Snapfire, you don't pick Underlord, and if you pick Underlord, you don't pick Snapfire. I don't think you can get away with these, like, cheap disables that are very unreliable. Like, Cookies, Telegraphed, Root is pretty shit. Phoenix Egg takes way too long, and then we have nothing else.
Yeah, you need instant disable, and your team has a Root, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna Quap pick 10th. So this Quap had a pick of like a bunch of different heroes to go at you guys with. Like this is a pretty free Storm Spirit game, although Storm Spirit doesn't want to lane against Viper. There's also like the Spirit heroes, or the other Spirit heroes like Void and Ember. Ember would have been pretty free this game. Because he also counters PL. And then Queen of Pain as well. Just stuff like that. Right now, we just probably want to get a word up on our mid-tier 1, and then not fight. To see if we can stall it again. Right now, your team's taking fight.
Again, nobody's pushing top. Why is nobody in the top lane?
Yeah. We're taking a fight. Okay, this is looking okay. I feel like this should be looking okay.
Yeah, probably, except it looks like Puck is dead.
Yeah, I feel like we missed something important to this fight, but I feel like we shouldn't be taken in the first place.
Yeah, that fight was ambitious. I still feel like somebody just missed 5 waves top.
Yeah. What does PL have? Did he have Diffusal? Okay, PL's okay to show up to these fights, but he's still super squishy. Like, he can still die if he gets Dream Coiled. Which that's what I'm looking like. If I'm Puck, I'm looking for PL. Can I trust my Queen of Pain to catch the Oh, he doesn't work it yet. I thought these fights were going okay. Yeah. Puck and Quap just interchangeably go for PL and Phoenix. That's why I don't think Phoenix should be showing up too often to these fights. And then right now on Phoenix, I'm just looking to push out, and like wherever my PL goes, PL showing top, I go walk bottom right now. Because, again, the whole idea of we need to force a reaction on the other area of the map. Like, it's fine for you to TP in to help your boy out here. This is fine. But if we could have bottom creep wave into their tier 1, we're forcing them to go bottom next. Yeah, Queen of Razor's going down there now to deal with it, because it's been pushed out. But if we pushed out a little more and just kept staying in that area, we can keep forcing people to keep coming back towards bottom.
It's a good rush word, though.
Yeah. Roshan is pretty important for them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, PL, you just need to keep getting PL space.
Yeah, I'd be super careful of this one. Okay.
They do scan it out. And
Yeah.
I feel like they just showed everybody bots. I'm not 100% on the smoke there.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, right now I'm walking bottom. I don't want my PL showing in that bottom wave. We see Razor, and we
no.
could assume that they're all near Razor, but Quap can play independently. They might have 3 heroes with Razor. We don't know where Quap is. They just revealed the Orchid. I probably just want to go dive in and go for this set.
Yeah, this fight looks okay.
Yeah.
It's a decent egg. I might have dove way to the right to get it off a little better. Yeah, I would have dove to the right.
Yeah, it's still not bad, but you're ensure that they can't commit onto your team. Just what Phoenix wants to do. Viper is really going aggressive on this one. I don't think I would have committed my 4 staff forward.
You just want it, yeah. That was ballsy. Oh, good Yules.
Well, that's really good.
Alright, so these team fights are in no way bad.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys look okay. So where's the throw in this game?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, you're playing them pretty well on Phoenix. Like, as I said, Phoenix's whole job is to protect his team from getting jumped, and like shifting priority from the low health heroes towards Phoenix. Oh, is this gonna be what we've been talking about? Oh, I think it is.
Here we go. Do they know to disengage? Well, this might be a bristleback. Yeah, okay, so they actually disengage.
Okay.
There's the difference between Immortal and Guardian for you. There's one difference.
Yeah, so again, this is just, I want to be playing exactly, like, we know Queen of Pain has the Orchid now. I honestly think I start building a Yule Scepter. That might be super greedy, but I'm pretty confident that I need to make sure that I can get my ultimate off. I don't want to get jumped by the fucking Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I think Yules is good. I agree. Yules does not dispel Orchid though, correct?
Oh, it does. The basic.
It does. That's what. Okay, it does. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. So yeah, Yules for sure.
Yeah, that's because going Yule Scepter instead of Aghanim's, although the eggs is super nice, like it's very high value. I'm assuming this is before the most recent patch. Can't find my mouse. I'm assuming it's before the most recent patch. So it was super high value then. But right now, I just want to be pushing out bottom lane away from my team. And whenever Queen of Pain jumps me, I just Yules myself up and dive away. I just want to keep splitting the map.
Yeah, I feel like the Ag Rush is still good, just because it has so much value, especially before the current patch. But a Yules would be extremely helpful to prevent you from dying to the Quap, just in general. Oof.
Yeah, I just think for what you want to be doing, going Aghanim's is super aggressive. Because, as I said, this entire game is boiled down into, will Queen of Pain and Puck fuck up that often that I can get my egg off that often, or will one of the 2 heroes that's job is to jump me end up jumping? I don't think Puck is Blink, right? Puck doesn't Blink. Yeah, so they have Blink on Puck, Blink silence on 2 heroes. I don't want to take my chances on 2 heroes fucking up that often, especially because you're in a high-ranking game playing against high-ranking players where the probability of them fucking up that often is very low.
Yeah, 100%. Like they're gonna play the game correctly, so you have to be extremely careful.
Yeah, so like, I think itemizing for what you want to do rather than what the best item on Phoenix right now is Aghanim's, like no doubt. But for what you want to be doing is probably still the it's probably Yule Scepter right now, I'm trying to say. Just getting into the fight.
Nope. Disengage. Ooh. You're all dead.
Yeah, we just wasted both of our ultimates, we need to run.
Yep, you took too long. Actually, they're doing no damage. How does their team have no damage?
Oh, this is unlucky. Oh, they have fly, right? So what goes wrong here? I don't see
Yeah,
like.
this looks okay. This looks okay. This looks pretty good so far. I mean, I think you guys should just start fighting on the road strip. I know in like 7.5 AK, like the next fights all take place around the Roche pit, which is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
But I think whoever gets Roche has a huge advantage.
Yeah. What's happening? Like this fight's been going on for so long. Phoenix Egg is back up. Like it has just ended. That's crazy. We're smoking again. A fight just took place here. The enemy team should have wards up there. Like I don't know where exactly they would have wards, but you normally place wards where you're fighting. I would never just blindly smoke without getting a shit ton of D wards.
I mean, they do have a bunch of sentries down. Yeah, I think this is good. Like I said, straight to Roche.
Yeah, you saw Coddle broke his smoke dewarding you guys.
Oh, this is bad. Here's
That
the
is...
fight around the pit. You have to have a good egg here. A good egg here win, like it's potentially game winning.
Yeah.
We have no die.
Yeah, I have to die. I have to ult right now. Yeah. You saw the Queen of Pain walk up to the creep wave. As soon as I get to that high ground, I
walk
ult.
toward the Queen of Pain. Yep. 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 You saw her there. Like, don't go up to her. Like, yeah, I think if you get egg off, I'm not gonna say it wins you this fight, but I think it
helps.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because now your team just all dies. Yep, and in high level games, that's GG. The game's over.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even TP in here. Oh, I didn't know where he would go. Maybe go for steal. Yeah. He'll probably die doing this because Queen of Pain should probably kill you. But if you're really feeling it, you can always try your best.
This is good. You're trying.
This is a good egg. That's a really good egg, yeah. Really nice.
Yeah. They do have their BKBs up, but you are protected. Oh yeah. That was beautiful. I think you Roche. I think you guys finish it. Alright, so they throw back after you guys throw. Now are you gonna throw again? How do you lose? I mean, you are down 7k, but you have Roche.
We just got Roche. I don't think I'd be hitting neutrals right now. I'd be pushing out all the lanes we can. Like, yeah. Underlord just pushed out top. Half your team pushed out bottom. Just get out mid, yeah. Although there's no objective for you to get mid, you still may as well create some sort of pressure on the map with the creeps.
Again, they don't run down mid. That would be the big difference between this and some of the other games we looked at.
Yeah, exactly. They got ages to get map control and slow down the game. Like, take it to the pace they want. Because surely Radiant team knows the later the game goes, the better off they are. Because PL can 1v5 these guys at a point.
Well, you got away, so that's good. You do have a good ward down, so you see them.
You're gonna paint a short. Oh, never mind. I thought it was Underlord top.
That's the Viper. Just chilling. You better put wards down if you're gonna try this.
I don't know what's on Aegis.
You don't have an obs. Oh, okay, snap those.
You got 30 seconds left on Aegis. I'd be forcing a fight here. I'd be really... Yeah, Quap just blinked in aggressively. This is when I look to go with Phoenix Egg. Yeah.
Yep, I think you just egg from there. Yeah. Dude.
Nice.
I think that could have been a little earlier, so it was going to be absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Like, once you see Quap commit blink the first time...
That's what I was going to say. As soon as you see Quap blink in, just go. You have a 4-second window of her walking to you. Because again, Queen of Pain is your biggest threat.
Walking around a fight.
Yeah. because she's gonna take the 40 attack speed talent, right? Yeah, she took 40 attack speed talent. So she took that probably purely to deal with the Phoenix Egg, as well as eventually by a Milnir, which I think should have been a Shiva's Guard, but what do I know? I don't play Queen of Pain. I guess I did lack the damage. Yeah, I think Milnir's fine now that I think about it. Yeah. I think as soon as Quap blinked in like that, you know that she couldn't get to you, just instantly ult. Because you either do one of two things. You force her to walk to you and get the egg off, or you force her to walk away and the fight's just won. Because Quap's spending like half the fight walking in the opposite direction. Or the third thing of tanking it. I didn't think you'd go under vision, to be honest. It was pretty greedy, but yeah, I didn't think you'd be under vision.
Yeah. Oh no, don't all get picked off.
Oh, Snapfire, you silly goose.
What just happened with that cookie?
She tried ulting Pitlord to her instead of her to Pitlord, and then the Pitlord left.
Okay, that was very confusing. I mean, I still think you guys can probably... Yeah, you can definitely fight with your Axe. Underlord's forcing a TP, or Viper's forcing a TP, which is good. Yeah, look to fight. They have no Quap, they have no Bristlebat.
Yeah, so of all times to go for a smoke, this is 100% it. Yeah. We not only we know that Queen of Pain TP top, if I'm not mistaken, but we know that they most likely TP'd Razor bottom, or they TP'd at least one hero bottom. We didn't know for sure that it would be Razor, but we know for a fact that someone is TPing bottom to deal with that massive wave. Go for a smoke. They have one hero 100% who can not get to the fight. That's when you go for it.
Yep, I 100% agree.
Yeah, because instead of us capitalizing on the fact that we just did we built up this entire master plan of split pushing the map to create like a forced reaction from them, and we just didn't do anything with it. Like, also walking under just where you died, like you're walking alone in the river without any dispels where you see Queen of Pain, super risky. If they still had a ward on that hacker where you got caught, you don't know where it is or if it's still up. Walking through there is pretty risque.
I think you got a chance here. They do know it's coming because they are backing up, and I think the Crusader's Quap found you.
Yeah. Nice. That's fine.
Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah. What? Why did you not cancel the dot? Okay. That was confusing to me.
Actually, pretty underleveled now that I look at it. 16 is not very high. Then again, it's a hard game. It's not bad. I thought it'd be higher.
I mean, snaps.
I just let this goober die. If I show here, I get caught by Quap.
Yeah.
They hunting? Oh, they're hunting. Yeah.
Yep.
This is why
yeah.
I leave my brother for dead.
Yeah, without dive, I would not have gone for that save. Oh my god, look at the Snapfire's items.
Yeah, he got point booster. Yeah, he finishes the game with this.
So underfarmed.
Yeah, so right now I just think the biggest things to focus on is just being more, like, he's honestly done fairly well. I just think the biggest things I would do is I would buy a Yule Scepter, just so or Yule or Lotus, preferably Yule, just due to the cost efficiency. So I can continue to split push the map. Because your team isn't very good at split pushing. Like, you have PL pushing A lane, but you need someone to help the PL. It can't just be the PL show for that. Excuse me. So I just think, if you go Yule Scepter, yeah, you're going for it now. So you recognize that it is a necessity. I just would have put a higher priority on it myself. Just because of the heroes they have, like, even for offensive purposes, is really good against Razor. You throw them up in the air and you walk away and break the link. Like, you don't want to force staff ever on Phoenix, but if you have to be the one to deal with Razor, ooh. I would not lead in with dive ever there. Yeah, that is suicide. especially with no buyback. As you know, Fire Spirits give vision, so it's not Fire Ultimate. You knew that they were in there.
Yeah, it's really bad. You cannot die before you egg.
Yeah. You either snap Fire Ultimate into the pit to get them out, or you chuck Fire Spirits in and you ult on the cliff to get them out. You can't dive in, because as I've mentioned before with Blinding Light, it doesn't even have to hit you in a proper way. Any hit from the Blinding Light will knock you out of dive and just kill you.
I don't know why your team stayed. You don't have either.
Yeah. As soon as Phoenix dies, you guys give up Roshan. So of all things that lost the game, this is definitely the biggest. Yeah, you guys have no buyback. You guys lost the game off of that.
Does it end right here?
It ends in a few minutes. It ends like because they don't have any cores yet. They're gonna lose like 1 or 2 racks. They got the Aegis from co-op, but it's still not gonna be it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even bother to egg. You have no follow up.
Yeah. Okay, so we only give it 1 racks, which is alright. Yeah. I would never aggressively dive like that into Roche Pit on any hero. The only way I do that is if I have some form of saving mechanic. If I have an Aeon Disc, a Yule Scepter, BKB, anything to buy me time.
Yeah, something that will help you stay alive so you can make sure you get egg off.
Yeah.
But your first priority has to be getting egg off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just where the game ends.
Yeah. That's GG.
Yeah. Okay. I just think biggest thing to work on for that, I still just think Yule Scepter, in my opinion, was a game-winning item, or at least it helped a lot with what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%. That and just making sure you don't die before you get egg off.
And yeah, just like maneuvering around.
To get egg off.
Like, interesting bristle build. Never seen this. But yeah, I just I'm gonna guess he bought it to end the game. I'm sure. But yeah, I definitely did. Just understanding how the priority for the other team works in fights. Like, you have no heroes that care about being jumped as much as Phoenix does. Like, Snapfire does kind of care because she wants to get her spells off. But if she dies, so be it. Like, yeah, her ultimate needs to get off. Phoenix is like your make or break team fight ult. Like, you have nothing protecting it, but you have no other hard disable to sacrifice Phoenix for, if that makes sense. You have no Chronospheres, you have no Axe calls that can like make up what the Phoenix Egg would do. Phoenix Egg standalone on your team for AoE BKB piercings disable. I just think defending myself more this game would have been play.
Yeah, 100%. You need to, when you're a Phoenix, like, you have to play around yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And if you don't, you get caught. The 0-9, although this wasn't like an 0-9 worthy performance, it still was. But like the game losing play was you diving in and not expecting to get stalked by Coil, by Coddle, even by Silence. Like, they can generally tell where you're going to be going back to. Although they're not going to blink into high ground blindly, they still know exactly where you're positioned, which is enough information that when the fight breaks out, that Quap can more effectively hunt you. Because having a rough idea still is an idea.
Yeah, just and that egg is a fantastic Roche contestability because it literally covers the entire area surrounding the pit. So if you're a Phoenix, it's even more important that you get egg off in a fight around Roche.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, extremely important.
Yeah. So we're out of replays. I'm going for like 3 hours now.
4 hours. Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, about 4 hours, including the replay and the fucking circus of setting this thing up.
Yeah, but no, we had fun doing it. We're like,
Yeah.
to everybody left watching, we appreciate all the replays. Like, we enjoy it. We hope they're beneficial to all of you guys too.
Yeah, we hope that if you send one in yourself, that you learned from it, and if you're watching us, you learned from it, and you're gonna be able to in the background, doing whatever is worthwhile. If anybody has any questions, you can hang out and chat for a minute. Although chat is disabled for me, so I'm gonna reload my page quickly. If anybody has any questions, feel free to DM Scars or I, or to post them in here or whatever.
Yeah, just keep sending us replays.
Yeah, it's in replays. They are beneficial to not just you, but everybody else.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, we have a ton of fun doing this. I mean, I really hope that what we say is beneficial to you guys too.
Definitely. The goal is to every week we do it to become more efficient at it, get me a better mic because mic fucking sucks. I would guess a PlayStation 4 mic isn't very good for computer uses.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, but oh well. I'll buy myself a new one. Get the money. But
Yeah, exactly.
I don't stand to be talking in chat, so I think we're good to call it night.
Sounds good. Yep. Well, thank you guys all again for being here.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. Feel free to send us your replays if you have any more.
Yep.
That's it. Have a good night, everyone. Be safe.